Vigilante Williamson here on the 34th episode of my show, the Vigilante Williamson Show. Hopefully this is episode 34. That's what I put. So we're hoping this is episode 34. This is going to be a maskless, meaning I'm not having a mask on, but you'll just be seeing the icon for the stream. It looks like we already have a pretty packed house. I see he's not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt, and he's the mod, Ginger Hosley, who I know from the Nerdrotic streams. Hello. Cool, what's up? Robert, who's always here. You know what time it is. Time for another episode. Yeah. I love that Robert was in on it. And guys saying hi to each other. Hey, Ginger. Not Ginger. And hey, Stream Elements. Please work, bot. Now you were giving Matt some trouble, but you're working with me. Hell/McSplitter, we will be doing a stream about the worst wrestling gimmicks on his channel after the Brave and the Bold on Saturday. So cool to see you. I have a few. I know you already had your list done. I got a few on my list, but there's one name on my list that could also be the best gimmicks. And I mean, once you hear the name, you'll understand why it's on both. Because you're like, oh yeah, I get it. And you may already know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that's right. Points, finger guns. I like that. Yeah. The member stream when they're erotic, man. That's going to be like if a bunch of listen. There's already going to be some people who come from that stream, like Paulie and Matt and Jake D and Wes. Culture and all these people are going to be like, wow, they got hundreds of thousands of subs. So they're going to look back at that damn member stream and like, whoa, this thing like was a hot fit for YouTube talent, really, which is cool. And then, who knows what happens with me. We need more Rikishi gimmicks only if we have chicks with asses that big. Otherwise, no, I do not want to see, I'm not into that thing. To the man, that could be a big hell go Mikhail. LVW in chat. Not sure what you're talking about, but looking forward to it. Okay. Yeah. Don't do any video content, but I can do art. Yeah. A lot of cool people in that stream as well. So it's not just all video and YouTubers, but cool artists like Ginger. And then Apollonia's Minion, who's the truck drivers of the world, keeping shit running because everything has to get somewhere. Slash saying hell red shirt. Rikishi the SJWs. Yeah, we're gonna Rikishi the SJWs a little bit. Is it a little bit? Maybe a lot of bit. We got a lot of craziness to talk about in this crazy world. A lot of craziness got to talk about. We got to talk about failure. That's really the theme of this podcast, this episode. Complete and utter failure. And yeah, he's saying hey to everybody in chat. Hey, everybody in the chat. I appreciate that all you guys are here. You could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me. So yeah, this whole stream is about failure after failure. Bonsai drop, the SJW. Yokozuna was the man. He wasn't really Japanese, obviously. He was Samoan. But he was indeed the man. And not too many people kicked out of the damn Bonsai drop. I think Macho Man and Undertaker, I think that's the list. If there's other people that kicked out of the Bonsai drop, let me know. Because that motherfucker was usually it. Which wrestling needs. You need finishers to finish and that be over. Speaking of finish, we're going to start off with a little sports ball, which I know that's not everyone's bag, but there's some wokeness involved. So, yeah. It's a swan song to SJWs. I say not literally, but we, verbally, idea-wise, comedically, throw them off the cage, Undertaker McFoley style. No crash pads. Right through the damn table. Hell, Geek Topology. Hell. Vote for Pablo. Yeah, Yoko was indeed awesome. They did a documentary on him recently, I believe. Hell, Stream Elements. Trying to hawk merch. Sweet capitalism and all that. Okay, I think everyone's here. So let's talk about this craziness with, and like I said, I'm starting with some sports ball. But it ties into the stuff We see RKO Diamond Cutter. Diamond Cutter was sweet. I like the hot take. Diamond Cutter is better than RKO, even though obviously there's a little bit more betterness with RKO because he can jump. And Diamond Dallas Page wasn't that athletic, but this has nothing to do with Rick Carlisle talking crap. So basically, long and short, a coach got fired, which happens in sports ball. If you see his record, this Atlanta Hawks fired head coach Lloyd Pierce Monday after he compiled a miserable 63-120 record in 2.5. I don't know how. About halfway through the season. So 2.5 seasons, 63-120 record, unacceptable. Have one of the best players in the league, and Trae Young, not getting it done. They fired him. No big deal. And just in case you didn't know, Lloyd Pierce is a black man, to quote Stephen A. Smith. But the guy who replaced him is also black. So they can't play that card, right? The guy who replaced him, I believe, is Nate McMillan. So they can't play the race card. Damn it. What do we do? The SJWs conspire. How do we get ourselves out of this one if we can't play the race card and the guy legitimately deserves to be fired based upon his merit? How do we figure this out? Well, former Detroit Pistons coach, former Indiana Pacers coach, and a coach who himself should probably be fired based upon what he's done since he's won a championship like almost over a decade ago. Rick Carlisle suggested that Lloyd Pierce shouldn't be fired because he's a Democrat. That literally his political beliefs alone should have kept him employed, even though based upon the merit, it's a very reasonable, if not necessary firing. This guy is not good at his job. He got fired, but Rick Carlisle wants him to keep his job just because of his politics. This is what he says. Georgia, in a very large part because of Lloyd's work and commitment, went from a traditional Republican state to a Democratic state, which has massively changed the landscape of our country, Carlisle told reporters. First things first, our Papa freaks all the honeys. No Biggie Smalls. The entire country technically is a Democratic country. So it's a Democrat state. A state that is a blue state or a state that goes for a Democrat via in the presidential election or most of the House, whatever, is not more Democratic than a state that goes for Republicans, because it's a Democrat. And people use this. He's not the only one to have done that. It's Democratic. Like, no. It's technically a republic. Technically it's a republic, but it's a democracy, a republic democracy, a representative democracy, right? So the whole country's Democratic. No state is more Democratic. So that's a semantic argument. It just pisses me off. So back to the main crux of the point. Why the fuck would this matter for a basketball coach? He said it massively changed the landscape of our country. Apparently for the better. Why? What makes you think it's for the better? And P.S. I don't even think he actually did this. I don't think he did anything except like maybe basic BS for Joe Biden, which sickens me to see how many of my people were really excited and cry to see a man that they know hates them and has done so much to destroy them. And it makes me it really sickens me. But even if you don't like the Orange Man, which I'm not an Orange Man fan, just to cry because this guy won just sickened me. But apparently, by him doing that, screw the fact that he's a terrible coach, screw the fact that he has one of the best players in the league and he's wasting his prime, and he probably will end up leaving in a couple years because they had this coach be terrible. And screw the fact that this election process wasn't the most above the board. Not that it ever is. Let's be honest. I mean, the old heads remember the Bush Gore thing. So yeah, and then the super old heads may remember the Parole when he ran, and there was a little fuckery with him dropping out and dropping back in. There's independent little fuckery there. So there's always been fuckery with these elections. But so yeah, he maybe campaigned for the Democrats, therefore keep his job. He's incompetent. And here's another thing. This is what Greg Popovich, who's a super woke, borderline, no longer competent coach who pushed away one of the great players in the league, who may not be eccentric like a lot of players, but this is what he has to say about Lloyd Pierce, who's the guy who got fired. And Greg Popovich, you don't know, he's won 5 championships, but he himself, before he was a coach, was the GM of the Spurs, and he himself fired a coach. And you'll see that coach's record in a second if you didn't just catch it before I went to this tweet. But let's read this. Just a really knowledgeable guy, people person, very mature. Sad to have somebody lose a job like that. Like what? Like because he lost? Coaches get fired like that all the time. Now, we all know it's a volatile environment, that type of thing, but you don't want to miss people like him. Really miss on a good player. It's like missing on a good player in the draft or evaluating somebody wrongly. He's the kind of guy you can build a culture around. There's got to be leadership. Enough that understands it takes time and continuity is important. And so a bunch of BS about how he should have kept his job. So when Greg Popovich was the GM, he was not the coach, general manager, for those who aren't sports ball literate, and that's fine, it would be like the guy who makes the decisions above the coach. So the coach will make all the playing decisions like plays, X's and O's. The GM is going to make the management decisions like who are the players on the team and things like that. And the coach, who's the coach. So when Greg Popovich was the GM, he fired a coach who had a record of 124-58. So this guy was a winning. He fired a guy who had a winning record on a good team just to put himself in charge. And of course, then, made 5 championships after, the past 15, 20 years, whatever it's been since then. And then questions why a guy gets fired for almost the same amount of games and having a losing record. Only 1 game more and a losing record. Look at it, 63-120. He says, why are you firing him? He's a people person, blah, 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 blah. It's sad. And it's 124-58. So there's the whole point of this article for the non-sports ball initiated, and I'll see what you guys have to say about it, is that you're seeing grasping for straws. Like I mentioned, the guy who replaced this coach was indeed a black man. Therefore, they didn't have any thing to say. It is, man, you guys are killing it in the chat. Let's see if I can catch up to you guys before the show ends. So Wolf. Hey, Finra the Ice Wolf. He says, what up? The Wi-Fi has been a pain. Is it dodgeball related? The dodgeball would be more interesting. Hello, Finra. Hey. Hail to everybody in the chat. You guys saying hey to each other. Yeah, Finra's at 50. And we need to get content out of him. I have sports ball going off to the side. Spring training is giving me life. Oh, okay. So you are into the sports ball. That's cool. Somebody's into the sports ball. 3 weeks from now, it'll happen. Yes. He shouldn't be fired, but he corrupted the election process. That's basically what they said. He helped corrupt it, which I don't even think he did. I just think he was a black coach. They couldn't, because they hired a black guy, or his assistant was a black guy who got the interim job. They basically said, oh, well, we don't have that. Huh. What do we do? Oh, just gotta see. Hail, Ogre Squasher. Hail. Uh-oh. Jumped. Let's see what else you guys saying. Hi. I love that you guys say hi to each other and welcome everybody in. Makes it feel like a community despite my craziness. Hail, Gazillionaire. Hail. Oh, Gazillionaire. Not kind words for Coach Pop. Papa bitch. We have for that. You guys saying, hey. General Moron. Yeah, a lot of general managers were. Hey, listen, Greg Popovich, by hopping on the coattails of a really good team, was he able to make it into the make it into the Hall of Fame, basically. Cubs fan, I take it? Question mark, Ginger Hosley. I'm just assuming Cubs fan. Which, I mean, listen, if you're a Cubs fan, that's the franchise that gives me hope as a Lions fan. They won a championship. Anybody can win a championship. You guys just saying hi to each other. Into sports ball, by like rubber pucks better. Listen, right now, I mean, I haven't gotten into hockey in some years, but that's the sport that seems the most interesting because all of sports ball is burning itself down. Yeah, hockey is good. I haven't watched hockey in a while because the Wings suck. Like when I grew up, I watched a lot of hockey because the Wings were good. They were like good my entire like childhood into adulthood, and then like really, really unbelievable good powerhouse franchise, and then they're not anymore, and it's like, and so when you have that memory, it sucks because Detroit doesn't have much. So there was an era where the Red Wings were like the New York Yankees of hockey, and that's a good era to have. And to like I miss that. So it's been hard to watch. If he's not fired for throwing two people in training, he ain't a real coach. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. That's very true. If you can dodge a wrench and you can dodge a ball. Yep, that's me, Cuz fan, and me and JD. Yeah. Sorry to you, Detroit sports fan. Preds sucking. I keep up. Yeah. I guess I could. You know, it's just like here's what happened. Not only did I start watching the Wings after they start getting good, what happened with me in sports is my I cut the cord, or the cord cut me because DirecTV got too expensive and it was some bullshit and whatever. So I ended up not having DirecTV way back in the day, and then I lost sports. And I was cool without sports. I lost all of it. There was no baseball, no basketball, no football for 3 or 4 years. And then maybe 2018 on, I've been slightly trying to get back into them all, and it's not been that easy. Yeah, look at the team Popovich had during his good run. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Tony Parker, Ginobili. He does not deserve all the credit. No, he does not. Tim Duncan is one of the top 10, 11 at worst greatest players that have ever played basketball. And even though David Robinson, the one team where he had all 4 of them, only one in their prime was Tim Duncan, technically, because Parker and Ginobili, I believe, were both rookies, or maybe Ginobili's second year, and David Robinson was a shell of his former self. But he still had something. He still would give you those stretches. But I mean, pretty much every team he won with was stacked with talent. So I mean, yeah. We're seeing 90% of the hockey players from other countries and show more respect. Isn't that something? Yeah. Isn't that something, man? They are from other countries, and they're more respectful of our country than the people from this country. But I mean, let's be honest. Like a lot of the people in these sports, you see the political slant from this story. They're sheeple, man. Like we give these guys a lot more credit than they deserve. If you remember the sports ball story, it was a guy named Jonathan Isaac last year when the NBA started back up and they were doing this Black Lives Matter thing and kneeling for the anthem. He didn't want to kneel for the anthem. He's a Christian. He believes that, you know, the idea of all lives matter has a different meaning to him because of that. And he didn't want to stand for Black Lives or kneel for Black Lives Matter. And he got a lot of shit for it. So it's not like, and people in the locker room, he said, there's a lot of people respect me. You know what that translated to? There's a lot of people who wish they could stand up. There's a lot of people who want to stand up in that league, but they're afraid to. So they just kneel, which sucks. And it's hard to, that's why it's hard to watch the league. But yeah, that's crazy. Yes. At the Lizard Kings for hockey. Is fat being a sport? Because I'm going for gold if it is. Come on, you got to know fat, man. Gotta mix in some no fat. Robert Jacksonville. Question mark. I don't know Robert Jacksonville. Is that like Robert Jackson or Jacksonville? I'm lost on that going with Kyle. Yep. Yeah, he's the one who say only kneels for God. Had to be. Yeah. Also, stupid story. We had the Jacksonville Suns. They changed the name to the Jumbo Shrimp. Is that true? Lizard Kings from hockey, and so Jacksonville Lizard Kings, was that like the local hockey team? And then the Jacksonville Suns became the Jumbo Shrimp. What is going on with these minor league sports teams in Jacksonville? Also had no problem standing for the Canadian national anthem when they played any Canadian teams in America. Jumbo Shrimp, amazing. My favorite was the Steelers' Alejandro Villanueva, who wouldn't kneel, the ex-Army Ranger. No one said crap to him. It was another player on that team who was with him. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 on the Steelers. I can't remember the other guy. And I want to say, was it Pouncey who was with him? And they took the name off the helmet. And I think maybe he was the only one who stood up. But I know they both took the name off the helmet. of Jacob Blake. They took his name off the helmet. Or was it Jacob Blake or somebody? They took somebody's name off the helmet. Another criminal that the left was trying to propagate because whatever. Jacksonville Lizard Kings, yeah. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp is a AAA baseball team. Huh. If they did, they only did once. I know the Toledo Mud Hens are a AAA team for Detroit, and next to their ballpark is one of the better wing places up north. I forgot. Was it Frickers or something like that? Yeah. They have good wings right near the Toledo Mud Hens. Really good wings. Okay, it was Pouncey's the one who took his name off the helmet and apologized to the Pittsburgh Police Department. Yeah. Marley team is the Nashville Sounds. Oh, because the Marlins makes sense. I guess so. Jumbo Shrimp Marlins. No other. I gotta leave. Had to work all day and I'm super tired. Peace, guys. Stay safe. Sell to my channel. Planning something fun. Yeah. Sell to his channel. Geesh. Hold on. Let me get your sub in the link. I gotta do this because I don't want to accidentally dox myself moving shit over to find your freaking link. So hold on. Thank you, Fimmer, for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I appreciate you, man. Go ahead and toss this link in. If you haven't subbed, he may do content one day. He's planning a stream in 3 weeks. He's at 51 subs. No content. The record, I believe, is Nina Infinity going 100 subs with no content. He's at 51. We're planning something in 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to break Nina Infinity's record. So let's do it. We can get Fenrir to 100 before the Smokey and the Bandit stream. Sorry, once I get into the baseball rabbit hole, I don't stop. No problem. I used to be super into baseball too, but like I said, those few years off really fucked me up with baseball because it was all, launch angle and just a bunch of home runs and strikeouts, and there's no nuance anymore. It's like, damn, they took the nuance out of all sports. See you, Fenrir. I have faith. Yeah, I have faith in Fenrir too. Real quick, let's check the D Live. Is anyone? Hey, hell, D Live fam. Smizy21 just followed, and I see you with the memes in the chat. So shout out to Smizy21. And I appreciate you being here, man, on D Live. I appreciate anyone on all these platforms, primarily YouTube, but appreciate the D Live as well. And do we have a donation? Or am I losing it? No, I'm not losing it. Ogre Squasher, man, you've been far too kind. You're a new sub, and you've pretty much, you've donated quite a bit. Ogre Squasher, thank you so much. You are far too kind. I appreciate the dono. And you know what? Speaking of it, even though I say you far too kind, gotta be a capitalist. I'm going to put the link real quick into the D Live. Super capitalist. This is a super capitalist channel. Super duper capitalist. So there you go. So we're going to get this link into the D Live, and then we will go back to the craziness going on in the world. So I know there's nobody here. I should probably put it in the Twitch too. I think it comes up. I don't know if it comes up in both the Twitch. So here, for the Twitch people, if you're going to Twitch for me, there you go. A little bit of capitalism never hurt anybody. A little bit of socialism has destroyed the entire country and the human condition. But that's neither here nor there because we're going to try to fight it, right? Let me see. That's why you become a fan of Kyle Hendricks, who everyone sleeps on outside Chicago. A minor league hockey team is the Milwaukee Admirals. Schrödinger's Fenrir, no one knows if content is alive or dead. Yeah, it's like a Schrödinger's cat. No one knows if that content will be made. Even though the Schrödinger's cat thing bothers me, right? Because, like, the thing is, even though it's a thought experiment, if you, let's say you have a radio, that the setup for the Schrödinger's cat, where there's a setup, and it was like a radioactive thing that may, like, 50% chance it kills it, 50% chance it doesn't. I don't remember the exact setup. I know it has something to do with radioactive and the odds and the idea that outside the box, both are true, but that's not the case. There is one reality, regardless of what because the problem is that is only from the perspective of you in your observable reality. It ignores the cat's observable reality, which is finite. So it assumes that the cat is not a living creature. You know what I mean? It's like that cat still has to observe things. I know it's from your perspective, but that part already bothers me. It's neither here nor there. It's like golf. It's all computers, CFD, motion analysis, takes the mystery out. Yeah. No one will shield for you if you don't shield for yourself first. Very true. Hey, don't no. PayPal's messed up. Sorry, brother. Been emailing them. Listen, bro, you don't owe me anything. I appreciate everybody. You know what I mean? We'll mildly shield. We'll let the stream elements shield because I'm spending so much. I said I spent so much time doing this. I love this. I gotta at least try. And there's no way in the world this platform will ever monetize me, even if I get 1 trillion subs, because I don't think they like the shit I say. But yeah. So yeah, if you wanna let me know if you donate though, because I don't have the alert set up. So if you donate or send a super chat, let me know. And if you can't, don't say sorry. It's cool. Yeah, Schrodinger's cat. You say, oh, ignore me. It's okay. Don't get me started on the physics of Schrodinger. It just bothers me, man. The cat observes the reality. No matter what happens, it's happened to the cat. There's both realities do not exist simultaneously. Only one does. You don't know which one it is, but there's only one reality. It's a stupid thought experiment based upon a false premise, in my opinion. If somebody, it's another debate for another day. We got other stories. The stream elements. No, let's talk to you. True. Post Godzilla with a Schrodinger stick. Keep your Schrodinger stick in your pants. We don't want to get me too'd. Hell, fathead druid. All right. So yeah, Rick Carlisle's playing political shit. Communism sucks. This coach got fired because he sucks. He has one of the best players in the league, and he does nothing with him. So that's how it goes. But I will play Angel's Advocate before going to the next story about these coaches. There are definitely coaches that should have been fired. Like there are other bad coaches that should be fired. There's a coach. I don't know if the guy in Philadelphia who's been terrible for years got fired. But he should have. Anybody who ever remembers Jeff Fisher in football, holy smokes, he's the worst coach that has ever gotten as much time as he had. And Marvin Lewis was close, but at least Marvin Lewis will make the playoffs every few years. Jeff Fisher was terrible. He ruined Steve McNair. He's ruined everything he touched. So I mean, there's other coaches that were terrible for longer. In other sports, but still, this guy deserves to get fired. So no worries. It's just more of this crap. So this story bothers me. I probably should have been on camera so I could fucking keep pointing to the damn Thomas Sowell book. The fucking public education system is a complete fucking joke. And yeah, Slash Splitter, Marvin Lewis, he's another one. But like Jeff Fisher Jeff Fisher was bad. Marvin Lewis was bad too. But Jeff Fisher because he got so much time. He just got so much time. They even gave him a job at LA. It's just like, how mediocre do you have to be? But he made the Super Bowl one time. So it was okay. Man, I love Steve McNair. I was just thinking about Steve McNair the other day. Because he's a great player that nobody realized how great he was because his numbers don't age well, but he played through so much injury. And he played on some Tennessee Titan teams with Jeff Fisher as the coach. And I mean, they like after Eddie Georgia retired, and their defense was cool. Their offense really had nothing, and it was just him. It was the year he won the MVP with Peyton Manning, and it was just like an incredible year. And even though the numbers didn't show it, if you watch the games, he was incredible to watch because when I say they didn't really have much but him, and they went like 12-4. Steve McNair was a great quarterback, totally underrated. Jeff Fisher ruined him. He just ruined him. Marvin Lewis never won a playoff game, but kept his job mad long. Yeah, but he would go there. He would go there and get bounced out. So he would get bounced. At least Fisher did at least win one. He at least made it to the Super Bowl. So there's that. Hell sent you dildo. Marvin Lewis was a nice guy. Fisher was an asshole? Really? Screw Fisher. Just came to say hello. Hey, well, you said hello. You got to bounce. Hit a like on the way out. You said Fisher and McNair are both underrated. I think Fisher was overrated. I think McNair is definitely underrated. McNair's definitely underrated. So it was 02 that year he got the co-MVP. Yeah, he was incredible that year. But like I said, those numbers are not going to look that well modern era because of the crazy rule changes where you can't do anything to touch a quarterback, can't touch the receivers. The hell, dude. Okay, it's 03. I knew that 02, 03. Yeah, quickie in and out. Sometimes that's how it goes. But sometimes, I could have used the link to Baltimore Ravens because we're about to talk about Baltimore. I could have do a wire thing. But this is really about a failed education system. This is really about I don't even have words for this story. I saw this story earlier. I know I'm not the only one to cover. I actually saw it on ABL, and I'm like, I gotta talk about this shit. I got to talk about this shit. I guess I just gotta read the story. I don't even know what to say. Calls to shut down city school. Well, listen to this, and you're reading it right. 0.13 GPA ranks near top half of class. How is this possible, man? A 0.13 GPA for those foreign who don't understand our GPA system. I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've been in school, and I think you can get more than a 4.0 now. It's stupid. It's not. It doesn't make any sense. But it's based off a 4.0 system. So if a 4.0, you would make it a 400. This is getting 13 out of 400 possible points, basically, and being in the top half of school. That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. And here's the thing. You say, yeah, later, I sent you dildo. He said, what? Can't they even write their name? They're in the top half. This is government fraud at work. This is what happens. If you want to go to political right, this is what happened when you vote one party for 1 trillion years in a city and they left unchecked. This is what happens when government fraud becomes normalized to the point of normalizing dysfunction. Because for this to even happen, he's the median 62 out of 100, not quite. He's a couple points off. Or a couple places off, a couple ranks off. Meaning so what we can infer safely is more than half of this class has less than 1.0 GPA. Unless there's a huge jump, which, I mean, I would love for that to be the case, but I highly doubt it with a school with this track record. Let's get into this crazy story. Calls are mounting for a city school, this is out of Baltimore, to be investigated and shut down immediately. It's deeper than the school. It's the whole school system. It's the whole fucking school system. Because this is not the only school failing. This may be the most extreme, not the only schools failing in Baltimore City. This is after an alarming project. Baltimore investigation found hundreds of students are failing at the West Baltimore High School. How did they get to high school? They went through middle school and they went to elementary school. How come the middle school and the elementary school passed them into high school to where they would be this improficient? C4, this is news referring to people by their nicknames. Is this a host? Okay. I'm not going to read the video. I believe is violating the constitutional rights of the children. C4 says there's no way in the world you can look at what's being reported by Project Baltimore and say they're providing those children with an efficient form of public education. I disagree. This is what public education is. This is as efficient as public education gets, because public education is worthless. Absolutely worthless. And I want to be proven wrong so goddamn bad when I see stories like this, where you know how corrupt these fucking teacher unions are. If you look at how teacher wages have been held down, what do you think that does to the best talent? Look at the rise of OnlyFans. A lot of your teachers are on OnlyFans. A lot of them are. And we have a very matriarchal system. That's neither here nor there, but we have a system. I believe if you take off boys' names from their grade, if you hand in a paper right now in this country and there's no name on it, if it's a boy, he'll get 30% better grades. That means women, because most of the teachers before sixth grade and back, or before middle school, I think even including middle school, maybe before high school, I can't remember what the cutoff point, but I know it's either sixth grade or ninth grade, where most of those teachers are women, and they are literally, it's proven that they grade men a little worse. So that's neither here nor there with this, because this is a lot of people failed this kid. This kid is just a symptom of a deeper issue. But yeah, if we have half the kids in the school that are below a 0.13, not a 1.3, a 0.13 at school needs to be shut down. It's not doing its job. Yeah. Agreed. On Monday, Project Baltimore reported on Tiffany Francis' son in his 4 years at Augusta Fails Savage Institute of Visual Design. Apparently it's real savage. He passed 3 classes in 4 years, earned a 0.13 GPA, yet his transcripts show his class rank is 62 out of 128 students, meaning 58 students in his grade have a 0.13 and lower. Yeah. Now, this is the thing. Yeah. And here's another issue. That's part of the systemic issue. I said the school system is to blame for this. You have a superintendent system, because all these kids, we're talking about one kid, but there's other kids who are being hurt, because remember, 58 of them are worse, and I'm sure the few ahead aren't doing much better. So all of these kids got passed through. This is just one high school, remember, because there's Baltimore high schools in Baltimore. So there's one high school who fills from however many middle schools, who fills from however many elementary schools. That's linked to that school system, like any other school system. So all of these kids that have a lower GPA, I'm not going to call them dumber because they've been failed, have a lower GPA than this kid, were also passed through that same system. So that's why it's a systemic issue. And it's the teacher's fault for passing them. It's the superintendent's fault and all the education in Baltimore because Baltimore is one of the most well-funded school systems on earth, despite it being the worst, one of the least proficient school systems. But it's not just the school. You cannot, when you have something like this, you have to start looking at the parents as well. And unfortunately, I don't know, I feel for a lot of people in this situation, but I don't know if they're also taking the responsibility. Here's Tiffany Francis, and the clip really shows how bad she looks. I'm just going to read her quote. She says she's a single mother of 3, working 3 jobs. I feel for your situation, sister. But I mean, I don't, somebody put that kid in you. It says the school never told her that her son was failing until last month, when the 17-year-old was put back in 9th grade. I got to get that Maury Show clip. I tried once. The lie detector test determined that was a lie. There is no way in the world that this kid has a 0.13 GPA as a senior in high school, and for her to not know that he was failing. For that to be true, she has to be failing as a mother. I'm sorry you're working 3 jobs. I'm sorry that you're in this situation. But for you to not know that he was failing to this extent, that means you were not paying attention. There's no other words for it. She says, I'm just trying to fight. He's like, Mom, what was all this for? What did I do this for? Don't he get a chance? Do he get a chance? She said, he didn't fail. The school failed him. The school failed at their job. I don't disagree that the school failed him, but no, ma'am, he did indeed fail. And you failed him as well, ma'am. You failed him as well. Do they have the clip of her talking? ABL had the clip of her talking. But yeah. They talk about in the report, it's the agenda of the school system, putting right where it is. The $17,000 per kid they get is gone if this kid leaves the system to get real help for his academic problems. So yeah, they don't want people to leave the system until they graduate, and then they want to send them back. They keep moving. They move to keep the money coming in. They need to go to the school and say, we need this paperwork. We need to check everyone's record. We need the grades to figure out what's going on here. And so, yeah, people are trying to get this shut down. I really wish I had her clip because she was talking about, she was saying like, oh, my kid's not going to be a statistic. I'm like, he is already a statistic. And do you want him to go back to school? Let him get his GED and get out of his demon ass system. Let him get his GED and get a trade. He can still be better off than some kid paying $1 trillion out of college. Believe it or not, I believe in this brother, even though the school system failed him. If by any chance this brother to get this podcast, listen, get your GED, look online and get your GED, go get a trade. You'll make more than a Harvard graduate. Trust me, son. And ignore everybody because everybody hates you. Everybody hates you and is trying to use you. Sorry, but it's just the reality. So let's see what you guys had to say about all the stuff I was ranting. It says you and I have to speak politics in another platform. I have to have you on show. You know, if you're not busy Saturday, I don't know what time zone it would be for you. It's around 7 Eastern here, so that may be late for you, or I'm not sure. But yeah, man, if you want to come on a Brave and a Bold, let me know. I'll get a link to you, and we can definitely set that up. I definitely would love to have you on the show, man. But I don't know if I can speak in a public platform. Miles, a teacher living in Illinois, had some of the corrupt school stuff going on with Chicago's union. Yep. And I went through part of DPS. My mom took me out of Detroit public schools in middle school. And it was a struggle because it was right across the street in Southfield. But it was a real struggle. Basically, you get in and you're in. Once you hit tenure, you're go. That's how all these unions work. And that's why you have a lot of abuse going on in these schools and getting underreported. You have a lot of lazy, they was paid, as Nas said, it was paid just to show up and leave. No one to see as teachers. And you're right. They hit their tenure, and their go. They can't be fired. And they'll keep their little 45 to 75, depending on how, I know there's like an escalating scale, but they'll keep their little jobs. They'll teach everybody how good socialism is because it's working out for them. And they'll ruin a bunch of kids' lives. And that's why the public education system is failing. This is why charter schools, this is why you can have a charter school in a poor neighborhood in New York and outperform every school, every public school in the state, even the rich ones, even the richest. There's not a desire to get better since it's very hard to get fired. Yeah, raping a kid doesn't get you fired. Isn't that where the union was caught going to Cancun saying it's too dangerous to cheat? It was indeed, guys. In there, it was indeed. Sounds like something happened here. It did. The little preppy, useless ass union leader wanted to go to Cancun, and yeah, they say he was going to repeat freshman year. He's 17. He better not. That kid better get a GED and get the fuck out of that damn indoctrination system. It's not teaching him nothing, not just ripping off the system. All that does is put him in more risk to getting in trouble with a young kid being a freshman at 17. Yeah, that's your clue. Yeah, she wasn't paying attention. I know single moms who know everything about their kids. Yeah, my mom paid way more attention. You know what I mean? Probably waiting to turn 18 to quit. I don't know what they're like in that state. I know in Michigan you can get your GED at 16. So if you can get your GED in Maryland at 16, he needs to get his GED and get the fuck out of there. Get a trade, and he'll be better off. Get a GED. That's what I did, and I got an adult diploma because I made up credits. I did well. Yeah, GED's fine. The GED's fine. Getting out of the indoctrination system the quickest you can is the best way. And Geek Apology, you cool? You're in. Cool. What's the best way to reach out to you, man? Is it Twitter? I can send you a link on Twitter if it's Twitter. I have you there. I felt myself. I knew it was messing up and just didn't care. Man, schools, I hated school so much. I wish, man, if I had a son, I would try to get him a GED. Like, listen, this indoctrination system sucks. Let's get you a trade, get you a business going. I would be trying to get him in school just to fulfill the necessity of the state. Him or her. We can get them trades. Teach them something. There's nothing for them to learn with this demonic school system. This demonic school system, this school system that is trying to get rid of AP classes because those are racist, because only white people know math. Where did they find out those numbers are Arabic, right? So like, yeah, I'm tired of this school system, and this Baltimore's a worst case scenario. I get it, but like I said, other school systems in not Baltimore, I believe it's New Jersey. They're trying to shut down AP Math because it's racist. We have Bill Demon Ass Gates funding that, of course. And now to segue, trying to make sure your kids don't learn how to read, because I know a lot of us learned on Dr. Seuss. Cat in the Hat is one of the first books I ever read. But and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street will not be the first books your kids have to read unless you hit the eBay market and they're willing to pay what I think is going up. Speaking of shit like that, I tried to get a fucking Mr. Potato Head. I ordered it from a local Walmart and they canceled my damn order. It was the same day it was announced about the craziness with them getting rid of the Mr. on the Mr. Potato Head package. Boyfriend and I have already talked about homeschooling kids, in spite of us both going to college. We're like, nah, I don't do that. Get a trade. That would be the best way if you guys get to that point. Don't send them to this indoctrination system. Figure out what is the requirement, and you may end up having to do, spending that extra work to educate your kids, truly. But you see, these kids are not getting the education from this system. But yeah, figure out, okay, at what point can we GED you out and then get you a trade? And if of course, you'll have a kid because of that who wants to go to college. I don't know who's calling me, but I'm not fucking with them at 10:16. So what? But this delicious potato. Getting a trade is the best thing to do to make bank. A bricklayer in the UK makes more than a doctor. I'm a white man. I can guarantee you're smarter than me. I'm Ralphie. He would be least as smart. No, I don't. I mean, hey, I don't know how smart I am. I'm just a dude. Yeah, if my kids want to be a doctor, like, okay, we'll work with that. Yeah. Is that because all doctors in the UK work for the government? Uh-oh. Oh man, look at this. Has a computer science degree, but isn't an electrician, is making so much more money. Yeah. Trades are the future. Because there's just no need. Listen, man, we were lied to. The education system fucking lied to us. Straight the fuck up. Some of our chat says they watch us on their TV, so I'll spot checking my old shows. It's a different experience. Hell, Wes, and you know what? Real quick, I wanted to say something to you. I'm sorry I haven't been on whatever Wednesdays. I said something about I have a lot of stuff going on. I've been trying to do other stuff, and Wednesday has become a really hard day for me because my schedule used to be where I would work. It was kind of a shitty schedule, to be fair, but I would work days, the first 3 days of the week, and then on Thursdays I had to come in the afternoon, so I could stay up all night and do whatever Wednesday. But now I have to come in. I have a normal schedule, which is days all day, all weekdays, so it's a little harder to make that whatever Wednesday. But I still want to make some more because it's been a while since I've been on there. I love Wes Moody. Sub to Wes Moody if you haven't. Sub to him twice, and Twitter's fine. Cool. Brothers are a welder and a trucker. I'm the disappointment in comparison. Well, you're an artist. Artist. There's not a lot of money in art. That's just how it goes. As long as you're happy, it ain't all about money. As long as you're happy. Majored in AG and masonry. Got my credit in those, so you have to help me out. Yeah. Or 10 times. I've spent 10 times. Can't lay bricks, but I can grow anything. Uh-oh. I'm the one person with an art degree and a working artist. Listen, somebody has to be that person. Ginger. All right, back to this. Speaking of art being destroyed, Universal Studios to evaluate the Dr. Seuss attraction following recent controversies. No, this book is old. This is not a recent controversy. This is a bunch of woke people who work for Dr. Seuss who want to be who want the narcissistic attention gained from virtue signaling, or were threatened into virtue signaling. Hell, T.M. Martin If I ever go back home and do something stupid, it's the one lawyer I know I can call. T.M. Martin is a lawyer back home in Michigan. So cool. Not all doctors, but a general practitioner, a standard doctor makes about 60,000 quid a year. A brickie can easily put that kind of money without overtime. Your doctors, our doctors are making a lot more than that. I know that's what quid, and I know it's a little bit of a conversion. They're still making that because they come out like 70 some K, 75, 78K, something like that. Maybe less than that. Yeah, I love Dr. Seuss as a kid too, T.M. Martin. Like I said, Cat in the Hat may have been the first book I learned how to read. But there's all this quote unquote air quotes controversy. It's BS, man. I really think this is a part of the plan not only to indoctrinate our kids, but to make us dumber. Because again, a lot of people learn to read this. And you know what? I probably should pull up the freaking gay BCs to show you what they want us to read. You know what? I will pull up the gay BCs. And it's not, and I'm saying that this is no disrespect to the LGBTQ community, but as a black man, meaning a group that gets used as a shield by, I'm not going to call them the left because there's no longer a left and right paradigm. If classical liberal is considered conservative, then the left and right paradigm is not the right one to use. But it's let me see just for my whole point is this is crazy. Let me see. Oh, I can't see the video. I lie. Okay. This video may be kind of disturbing. And I don't know if I can show the whole thing. It's what it is it's a individual reading the gay BCs with a child. And you see what the each letter corresponds to some intersectional or LGBTQ letter. So that what they're trying to tell you, because these are both happening. Now, this gay BCs is an older book, but this video, something Matt Walsh kind of put out, and he's coming with his thing. So that's kind of put it out there. But they're canceling this. And again, no disrespect to the LGBTQ community, but just because they're using you as a shield doesn't mean I'm going to allow them to, man. I'm going to criticize wrong when it's wrong. So Dr. Seuss has hurtful imagery. Let's just show you the imagery. Can I blow it up? Put image in new tab. So this is hurtful because he's an Eskimo. Obviously trying to be discriminatory towards Eskimos, clearly. This is, I think, the maybe has a little bit more credence to it. As you can see, this is, I think, the stuff that's offensive right here. Maybe, he's yellow. It's not the best. It's a different time. Not the best. But so I if you really gotta complain about this, how fucking hard, instead of canceling the book, and I hate this shit, right? I hate doing this shit. I hate even suggesting this shit. How fucking hard would it be to A, redraw him, or B, just remove him? And again, I'm not a censorship guy, but it's a kid's book. If you want to say this is being sensitive, I'm yellow guy. Okay. That's not, you don't really want that nowadays. Okay, whatever. And you're still printing the book. Okay, you can have a big reprint sticker and make the old ones go up in value. That sucks. That's basically what they did to Mr. Potato Head. But to just outright, if given the choice, and I guess the fish are also supposed to be like Asian stereotypes. If given a choice, and that's not a good choice, I'm not pro censorship, but I'd much rather you just edit this shit silently. By the way, you could edit this shit silently, and not virtue signal, and nobody would even know. You could always do that. As I zoomed back into reality. There goes gravity. But that's the stuff that means, okay, this not only is this book canceled, or these books like this, all these publications, but Dr. Seuss as a public institution is canceled and destroyed. That's the thing that's sick. But on the other hand, this is 100% acceptable, recommended, stunning, and brave. Let me know if I'm about to play it. Let me know if you can or cannot hear. You should be able to hear this.
Ally. B is for buy.
Listen to this. A is for ally. B is for buy. C is for coming out.
E is for drag.
Drag.
E is for equality.
This is how this kid's learning to read.
Family.
Okay, family is cool.
We missed the page.
Okay, he missed the page.
G is for gay.
G is for gay.
H is for...
How old is this kid? He's learning about sexuality. That sounds... Doesn't that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside? It's a good thing he's not reading that racist Dr. Seuss, though. But let's teach him about sexual. Oh, H is for hope. They have hope.
Hope.
Sexuality. Let's see what else they got. Because he's bi, gay, whatever. What else they got? Let's go through the gay BCs.
Intersex.
Intersex. Make sure your 4-year-old knows about intersex. Joy. Okay, joy is a solid word. You missed another page.
K is for Kiki.
I don't know what Kiki is. Hold on, before we go, L is for the lesbian. The fuck is Kiki? Y'all let me know what the hell Kiki is. I'm not up on that.
Lesbian.
Is it like Kiki? Do you love me? I hate this song, but it's the only thing I know.
M is for Latin.
Okay, bound to solid. I'm not sure what it means.
Non-binary.
Non-binary. There you go.
O is for
orientation. Wait a second. Was orientation? Isn't orientation not no, it's preference. I'm sorry. Orientation is acceptable. Preference is the one. Amy Comey Barrett was called a homophobe over it. I'm sorry.
P is for
Pan. Oh, Illuminati confirmed. P is for Pan. So Pan is the god of, I don't know what the word is. Pan is literally the god of cuties. It's probably the best way to put it. That's what he is, amongst other things. So that's not comfortable at all in a children's book. That's where we draw the line, you know. And that's why the term pansexual is being thrown about. The implication is supposed to be, oh, no. It's men, women, and all other genders. But if you look up the definition of pansexuality, it does include the young ones, the younglings. So when they say P is for Pan, and even Peter Pan is linked to that, believe it or not. But when they say P is for Pan, that is grooming your child. Make no fucking mistake. And I'm guessing you guys can hear it. Yeah, T.M. Martin, pansexual. I'm guessing you guys can hear it because you're not yelling at me about the sound. So I'm going to go through the rest of it and read your comments. Q is for.
I don't know what Q.
Actually, I don't know if I can say that word. Even though they're describing it. Let's go do this. Okay. Because I literally don't know if you can say that word. And I've been taken down just for talking about Jon Favreau, just because you can see Chun-Li's butt cheek. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I like this song still.
S is for
sachet. Sachet. I'm not sure what the hell sachet is. I don't know what the hell that is. Well, we knew that. T, of course, is trans. Very good.
U is for
unique.
V is for
Vogue.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yep. Make sure he's not masculine at all. That'll make sure his life is better.
Wonder.
For wonder.
X is for X.
Mm-hmm. X is for X? There's no word for X. Isn't that great? So that not only are they trying to groom your kids, they're not even providing a complete education.
Y is for U. And Z is for Zest.
Now, unfortunately, this kid.
What was the name of this book? The Gay BC.
Unfortunately, this kid is being raised to have zest, and his life is going to be ruined because of it. Oh boy. So what did you guys have to say about all of this craziness? Yeah. Oh man, it's before this. Oh man, you guys have a lot to say. Oh man. Man. I really I should have stopped a while ago. Because you guys held TM Martin. Green eggs and racism. Green eggs and ham for me. Hell Gazillionaire. I think the gay BCs broke my will to send my kids to public school. Do not do it. If you have kids or you're thinking about having kids in the future, do not send your kids to public school. If you can help it. I know it's going to be harder and harder, and this world's going to be more wicked and wicked, and even charter schools will not be a safe haven, but you got to do what you can. Horton here's a virtue signal. Yes, he does. The cat and I did not see that one coming hat. Hell, Ironcaster. I will try to keep it. I'll do my best. Well, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish is racist due to the lack of representation. Yeah, well, red and blue, shouldn't that cover our political spectrum? They tried. Oh, yeah. It's all about mind control. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. No, because it's been working. They've been able to mind control millions and millions of people on a lot of shit. So they're like, well, let's just keep it going. How the Simps stole Christmas. I like that one. We have National Health Service, but it's not free. Money automatically paid for wages. Roughly costs 50 quid a month. Huh? It would be way more expensive if they implemented it here. Who knows? My insurance is already stupid. It's all a mess. So Twitter is good for contacting me. Yep, I will contact you on Twitter once I have the link ready. Thank you, Geek Apology. I appreciate it, man. I think that works out. Yeah, $85. Be home. I'd be homeschooling kids if I had them too. I think I'll just show my nephew the ABCs through Transformers. I think anything would be better. Anything would be better. I'll get back to the Dr. Seuss story, but I wanted to show that. To show what they want in lieu of Dr. Seuss. Black and white is in the colors. Avoid the color. I think we're human. Yes, black is the absence of color. White is all of the colors mixed together. Human, we are human. The root word H-U-E, hue, is a part of that word because all people are people of color because all people have melanin. Yes, I may have more melanin than some of you, and some of you may be darker than me. I know Fenrir's dark. Well, I've actually never seen the picture. I'm just assuming. I make an ass out of you, I'm sure. But the point is, Rajesh may be darker than me because I know he's an Indian brother if he shows up. But the point is, they're always trying to divide. I talked about the whole right and left paradigm, right? A classical liberal is now conservative, which is untrue. They're still a classical liberal, but they've destroyed the right and left paradigm. They destroy language, and they've been doing it for a long time. We're hip to it now because we're watching them doing it live. But we have to realize even before we were born, they were doing this shit, and that's how we got here. That set the stage for where we are now. F is for friends who do things together. U is for you and me. I forgot what N is for. Man. I can't remember the SpongeBob. Maybe you guys will help me out. No, something in the deep blue sea. A is for Autobot. B is for Blaster. This damn stream element. Stop shilling shit, asshole. Banning Dr. Seuss is horseshit. The man helped raise literacy levels all across the world. He absolutely did. Like I said, I think the first book I read was Cat in the Hat. I understand some of the imagery was stereotypical, but I deplore censorship First Amendment rules. Yeah, it was written in a different time. If given a choice between non-printing, banning altogether, and not what they're doing, they're not just banning him, they're canceling the whole concept of Dr. Seuss as a brand. I'd much rather them just change the artwork. I can understand being offended at the artwork, but we know good and goddamn well none of the people, because people have not been offended for almost 100 years at this artwork. None of the people who are offended for the artwork were of the group they were representing, unless they were in, they might have one or two tokens just so they can get away with it. They do that. Real quick, let me check my D-Live fam because I was so bad. Oh, I never sent the tip thing. So yeah, if D-Live wants to tip me, there you go. Check the D-Live. Check to see if anyone else is crazy enough to toss a tip my way. Just Ogre Squasher, who I still appreciate. You appreciate it. All right. Back to the stories. Yeah, so I mean, you listen. If you were offended, okay, I'm not gonna. You got the right to be offended by what you are offended by, and I got the right to say, hey, censorship isn't wrong. But listen, between slight censorship and outright removal, I'll take slight censorship. Dang, it's about 100 every 2 weeks. Okay, talking about the insurance, yeah. Yeah, the insurance is a scam in America. The whole healthcare system is a whole nother can of worms of scams about how treatment works, how there's treatment being suppressed, how come every good and service that's in the hospital is so overpriced. We're talking about the doctors in England, and trust me, they make a lot more here because it's a scam. And yes, E is now for equity because that equity shit is ruining everyone's world because of communism, and that childhood is lost. Yeah, they're teaching that kid. They're teaching that kid to be a woman because they are trying to destroy masculinity. Meanwhile, China is trying to gain masculinity, trying to make their men more masculine. Stop using intersex as an LGBTQ thing. That's not what intersex is, for fuck's sake. I'll be honest, I'm too normie to know exactly what intersex is. Maybe you'll educate us later in the chat. So I'm not even sure enough. C is for Clip Jumper. D is for Decepticon. Ironcaster. Yeah, it is a code. It is a code. Me at the same age. D is the first Dukes of Hazzard. F is for Flash. G is for Gremlins. X is for Spider-Man and Star Wars. There you go. Pronouns: his or him, he, his. Mine are his, him, hero. If you're wondering, because I am a vigilante. I identify as a vigilante. Don't make me read. No, but no, his pronouns are going to be them, they, their, zer. You know that. You know that kid is going to be. He's. We all know that kid. This unfortunately, let me go back to this guy. Poor guy. This kid, he was born. It doesn't matter what he wants. This kid was born a woman inside. Don't you know? We all know that. Unfortunately, this kid's not going to get a choice. This kid's not going to get a choice, and it's fucked up. This is child abuse. We talked about child abuse with the It really wasn't child abuse. We talked about that teenager in Baltimore who was let down by the system and his parents. Here's another kid being let down by the system and his parents. Is another child being let down by the system and their parents. Totally different demographics, right? They'll tell you that this kid's gonna grow up so much. I think they're both screwed. At least the 17-year-old could get a GED, get a trade, and get the fuck out of it. This kid has another however many years around these crazy demon parents, and they really should be taken from them, but no one would ever do that in this day and age. On surface, it seems like a good deal. The NHS, we have massive wait lists for treatment for some illnesses. I've heard about that. So you got to take the good, the bad. And yes, pansexual, which again includes a lot more than just not only does it include kid, it includes like animals and shit. It means anything. Gay BC. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Easy F and C. Math is racist. You can't do math, you stupid in words. Okay. Lando Calrissian is now pansexual again because they love black people so much. They want to make sure the stereotype of black men being hornballs is alive and well. So much so that Lando Calrissian will fuck a droid. Isn't that great? Isn't that intersectional? Isn't that woke? Isn't that making black people strong? But making sure that they're depicted as drug dealers and people who were willing to fuck robots. Pan Labyrinth sectional. I don't know if that movie. I haven't seen that movie actually. Why are these weirdos teaching this to their kids at a young age? For clout on the internet. These people are ruining their children's lives for clout on the internet. Goodness, I am way behind in comments. Way behind. We're going to make it. Pancake sexual. We can make it, and we try. Talked to some people over there, and they tell me it's not that good either. That's why I asked, talking about the NHS. F is for Fortress Maximus. G is for Goldbug. Not watching The Mandalorian anymore. Not only am I not watching The Mandalorian, I'm not watching Disney Plus. And we will get into a Disney Plus show. Spoiler alert for WandaVision. I'll do it now because that's going to be our last story before we do some good news and get out of here. But yes, I'm done with Disney Plus as an institution. I'm done with Disney to the greatest extent that I can be. I'm done with all of this. I'm done with sports. I was already done with this. I talked about earlier how my cable at the time, it was a DirecTV, technically satellite, but it got cut way back in 2013, 2014. I went 3 or 4 years without any cable or anything. And then, moved back in with family for a little bit. And that's why I got cable again and started watching sports a little bit. But it made me like basically a YouTube and streaming and Cody at the time. No, XBMC before it was Cody. But I became accustomed to, life without TV, basically. I could watch any show I want. I can live off of watching the DC animated universe in loop. I did it for years. Trust me, I could live off of watching that in wrestling and need nothing else, or that in YouTube and need nothing else. I never have to watch any more media. So if they want to make garbage sports, they want to make them all woke, they want to make garbage TV, make it all woke. Nope. H is for Huffer. I is for Insecticon. Stream element. Stop spamming. H is for Hollywood Hypocrite. Yeah. Or for Triple H. Sashay Shantae. Oh, it's for RuPaul's Drag Race. So she made it to, or he, they, them, whichever pronoun they prefer, legitimately, made it to the gay BCs so they can groom children. They should be honored. I don't think TM Martin, I don't think it'll come back. It was not scheduled to come out till 2022. Yeah. So yeah, that's another thing about the Mandalorian. And I said this in my original stream, how stupid it was for the Boba Fett thing. Because the Boba Fett thing is basically going to bump a year off of the Mandalorian. There's a good chance it doesn't come back. Remember, they had issues with Pedro. He's already signed on to a new show. He was basically a voice actor. And Grogu's gone, and Cara Dune's gone. So the Mandalorian may literally be done right after that crazy moment with Luke. And again, we'll kind of reference that a little bit later. Canceled my Disney. Don't give those idiots my money anymore. I'm not paying for my Disney. Family is. So since they're paying for it, I'll still use it from time to time. But I'm not. I stopped watching WandaVision because I wanted them to see the ratings drop off. I may check it out, but I don't think I will. I don't have no interest in it. Every letter can be replaced with fascist. By the way, I don't know if I should say that word, is a bundle of sticks. Because if that word means what a bundle of sticks does in this language, it'll give me a yeet it. At least in your country. M and C, mom is crazy. Yeah, mom is crazy. I think my mom's gone crazy, to paraphrase Eminem. Guys in there, hear your word. J is for jazz. K is for cup. Slasher. G is for Glorio. Yeah, Mandalorian is ruined for me, says Tia Martin. NLP, yes, neuro-linguistic programming. That's exactly what that is. Or grooming, whatever you prefer. K is for KY. Oh, man, I hope you meant Kentucky, but unfortunately, given the gay BCs, I do not think that's what you meant. L is for Laserbeak. M is for Metroplex. So guys in there is going to get through the... Will I make it to the end of the chat before guys in there gets to the ABCs? That's what he probably is already done with them. But we'll see. Yeah, melanin redistribution. X is for X. That's lovely. F is for what the fuck am I reading? N is for anytime. Okay, thank you. N is for anywhere, anytime at all. Right here in a deep blue sea. T is for teabag, which unfortunately that will be in that kid's future. Down here in the deep blue sea, yeah. N is for Night Beat. O is for Omega Supreme or Omega Red. T and Martin is a constitutionalist. Okay. F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for uranium bomb. N is for no survivors. Yeah, Plankton. Hell Eric K. Hell Eric K. Hell to you. P is for Perceptor. Q is for Quick Switch. I don't know if I'm going to beat Godzilla there. Hell Eric K. First book was Origin of the Species. Everyone saying hey to Eric K. Changed my name back for you, but kept the 79. Is that okay, JK Bud? Saying hey, Eric K. Everyone saying hi. S is for Schrodinger, or is it? Good question. Everyone saying hi to Eric K. Okay. Gotta call boys and ghouls. Here, Eric K. America has no healthcare system. It's a joke. Yeah, very much is. So everyone's saying hi. Cool VW. Not sure it was cool. Maybe my pronoun thing. My pronouns as and ho. 17 people watching and 4 likes. I only have 4 likes. Come on, guys. If you don't like me, nobody will. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. I should probably do more plugging to let you. Yeah, please hit the like button and share if you can share. We're at looks like as high as 17. Let's get to 20. Share. You can share. Share the love of Vigilante Williamson to your friends. Intersex is an actual medical condition that involves someone has the chromosomes, etc., of the other sex. It is very, very rare. And if are intersex, you look like a man or a woman. Okay. So yeah. I don't know. I heard a rumor that, and I heard a rumor that there's a well-known celebrity from the 90s who was actually intersex, but if that's the definition. Pronouns are why, the, and fuck. There you go. There you go, Geeksprology. Hell. Yeah. Meltzler. I can't pronounce the name. Yeah, he's gonna be on FNT. I'm not gonna beat Godzilla. He's already won. I already know. If he's already at T, he's already won. Triptychon. T is for Triptychon. U is for unicorn. Hell, Eric. More than anything else, it causes issues with reproduction. You're underdeveloped in your primary sex characteristics, but you are a man or woman. I see. Yeah, I do remember that. Hermaphrodite, and then also deemed defensive. Everything's deemed defensive. They always change what's deemed defensive. Wow. I will never make it to the end of this. Metzger. That's how you say it. Metzger. Okay. I think Meltzer's a wrestling guy. Okay. What are the odds you get to talk to Gary before the stream starts? Thinking slow mo in particular. 12. I was working. Yes. Okay. The show he does with Kyle Dunnigan. Guys talking about Metzger. Yeah, Lando was emasculated. You have to emasculate black men. Feminism has been mad at black men ever since Gloria Steinem got pumped up by Jim Brown. So anytime these lefties get a chance to emasculate a black man, they will. They've been emasculating black men before they were doing white men. Now white men are the forced, the taste of the town to destroy. But yeah, you remember Flip Wilson from back in the day. I can suggest it now or ask him to call me tonight. I talked to him yesterday after the stream. Cool. Do not watch WandaVision. Yeah, you know what? Another thing about WandaVision, I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. WandaVision is not that good. WandaVision, the best part of WandaVision and all the other TV shows is aping. And yes, Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen are good. And it's cool to see the set design and some of the cool stuff that, the staff and everyone did. But the story is kind of trash. Disney Plus has this gimmick of dragging every goddamn story out and not really telling real stories because they're trash. And it's really overrated. Outside of the Gina thing, it's a cool show, but the MCU is headed for disaster. And this show has a lot of intersectionality that grew as the show went. And it's kind of a mess outside of it because there's really nothing to it. It's an hour-long movie. It's a 90-minute movie being stretched into 9 episodes. And it's not that interesting of a movie. And my Disney Plus was canceled the night they fired Gina. Let me see. Yeah, you cannot compare Donald Glover to Billy D. Even though I saw a little part of Soilo. He did okay. How do you send super chats? Just go to that link. Yeah. If you go through the Stream Elements link, I've heard people had issues with their PayPal. And actually, since you said something about it, I will check just to see in case you or somebody else did. But yeah, if you go through the Stream Elements link and you can just donate whatever you want, man. Or ma'am. It's ma'am. So yeah, if you click the link, and I'm not even sure if it'll work because I know some people had issues. Actually, Streamlabs. Stream Elements will show it up, or that pinned comment. The pinned comment has both my Streamlabs and my Streamlabs and my Teespring. So the pinned comment is another way if you want to do the super chat. Unfortunately, it won't pop up, but I'll be able to read it if you do it. Yeah, Stream Elements. Do not care for Donald Glover. He's overrated. Hell, Ginger Ninja. The ninja that's Ginger. Hell, Henry Sherman. I think you're new. What's up, Vigilante plus one? This is what you and Fireball Production were talking about on last night's stream as well. Gary mentioned similar experiences with what his children are being taught in Frisco. Yeah, well, Gary kids were talking about that white privilege thing. That was really sick. And I remember I was just in the chat of one of Young Ripper's Twitch streams. Shout out to Young Ripper, of course. Shout out to, I think some of you older, maybe Anthroparian may have actually found me in the Ripper's chats because he's been here for a while, and I believe that may have been when he found me. But in Young Ripper's stream, it was just one of the chat things. You know, Ripper was playing a game or something, so he wasn't really involved. But the chat started talking about how they all these are younger people who were either out of high school or out of college for just been out of college a few years, or just out of high school a few years, and they all talked about how they wrote papers, either talking about how they were privileged or if they were non-white, because I hate the term person of color, and I hate the idea that we have to classify ourselves against any group, let alone, no disrespect to all the Caucasian, there's a lot of Caucasian, but you guys are a global minority. It makes no, like, I know the left believe that you guys are all superior, but I believe humans are just humans, so one group is inherently superior or inferior to another. But they seem to want to pedestalize white and make all 7+ billion or whatever the non-white population of the earth, they all have to be in one group, and I don't like that. But anyways, if you were a non-white person, you had to write about how you were oppressed. If you're a Caucasian, you have to write about how you're the oppressor and how you're privileged. And you have to write these papers to appease these psychopathic leftists, the same type of people that teach your kids the gay BCs, the same type of people who don't want you to learn Dr. Seuss, the same type of people who don't want your AP classes to exist, but the same type of people who will pass a kid who's failing every class, because that's what our education system does, the same type of people who will virtue signal on TikTok. These thoughts on TikTok who happen to have teaching degrees of virtue signaling. That's what these people would do. That's what these people would do. Yeah, you can give a tip through Streamlabs. There are no super chats because I'm not monetized, and I hope I'm wrong. It would be nice to be wrong, but I don't think, even if I had the sub count in the because you have to get 1,000 subs. It's inside baseball because you need 1,000 subs, 4,000 watch hours. I genuinely do not believe that even if I got that, the way they've messed with my content, even as a small channel, I would be shocked because they have to review your content, and I'd be shocked if they reviewed it and approved it. But we'll see. We'll see. Still growing. Eric K, just another red shirt. Slow-mo, it'll be wild. Won't be there for the last. Maybe I'll watch the replay and super chat before. Can always do that. Hell, everyone in the chat. Hell, Henry Sherman. Still 10 minutes behind. Lost complete industry in WandaVision. I'm rambling too much. Just a 1,000 sub threshold in effect. I'm going to finish WandaVision tomorrow because I'm OCD, but I'm done with the MCU after that. Yeah, I stopped after season. That season, episode 5. Oh, did Goma Kyle leave? Oh, you talking about? Oh, you'll be missed from the chat. What you call it? Yeah, hell to Ginger Ninja. X is for woman. Yeah. So this woman thing, what the hell is woman Xing? I know I saw the Twitch thing where they put X for women to be trendy, but people got pissed. I didn't even understand it. So yeah, I don't know. So that's a complete Disney Plus strike. Yeah, I'm done with Disney as a company. I don't even fuck with Espen, which I haven't in years. A is for China. It's for asshole. Pretty sure. Yeah, you're going to be underwhelmed. And that's the next story. That's the last story. If I can want to get to you guys before I get to the last story. I love you guys. And I never want to, I will end up missing you guys chat, especially when there's more guests and stuff. But I appreciate having so many of you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. Means a lot. And again, if you want to support, I'll just check real quick. Check my D Live and see if anybody sent something. Shout out to the D Live fam. Shout out to the Twitch fam. Somebody watching on D Live? I don't know if anybody's watching on D Live. I don't think anyone is. I think it's just me. But shout out to you anyway. I appreciate you. Okay. Make sure we don't have to see that kid. I'll just stay up here like this. How do you? That means the same. And fascist means you follow a bundle of sticks and he's a multi-level. Okay. I think we may get yeeted for one of those levels, but listen, man, this fascism stuff is sick. So you did watch The Expanse on Amazon. I've never seen The Expanse. I was waiting to this season to end, and I was going to binge it, and I heard terrible things. But I still hear that you should watch the first 3 seasons, even though this season apparently shit the bed. Yeah, Eric K seems to be everywhere. I think he has like a Batcave thing where he has like 100,000 monitors and like multiple things to click on. I don't know. Yeah, Spencer's great till season 5. Went off the rails. I actually finished the first book last night. How about that? 16 watching and 19 likes. Hey, I like that a lot better. More people like than are here. So if you haven't already, please smash the like button. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm at 19 likes. You guys got me at 19 likes. You know, I'm slow reading all your chats. Yeah, smash a thumbs up with a mighty vigilante baseball bat. That's what the ladies say. Do not tell anyone I'm internal as well. Oh boy. Like hit him up straight away. Can you still say straight? Yes, you can on the Vigilante Williamson show. Don't know if you can in modern society. Hit the like button before I join most of the time. I appreciate that, man. Intersex causes Klinefelter syndrome. I remember Klinefelter syndrome from anybody who knows who Jason Blah is may understand the reference to Klinefelter syndrome. That's how I first found out about it, which I don't think he actually has. Wonder who the intersectional celebrity is. Okay, this is completely alleged. Completely alleged. I knew somebody that supposedly knew somebody that knew that Nicole Kidman supposedly is intersex. That's completely alleged. I have no evidence, but if you hit the Google, apparently there are people who also believe that Nicole Kidman was intersex, but born a woman, but intersex. Pretty soon, offensive is going to be offensive. Somebody screen capture this. Yes, it will. Made me think he could sell baseball bats with a vigilante on them. Be funny if Teespring sold them. I don't think Teespring will sell that. It's a weapon. Everything's offensive. Oh, everything's offensive. Everything's offensive if you're part of a cult. There you go. I'm not as good of a singer as Doomcock, so sorry. I just bought Nemesis Games and joined the first book. I'm still a fan of the Expanse TV show. Oh, no, it wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis. It was again Nicole Kidman, but that'd be funny if it is Jamie Lee Curtis. She definitely listen. I think she was born with the goods, with the normal goods. So it's not Jamie Lee Curtis. It's allegedly Nicole Kidman. I don't know if it is. But this is just what I heard. I heard somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. So I guess Disney may be still telling. Damn, Gina. Yeah, shout out to Martin. Shout out to Tia Martin as well. Click that link. You can send a super chat super easy. You can even use your PayPal. There you go. Like the music on Donald Glover's song. But I know you don't like the title Stay Woke. You know what? I've never really heard Donald Glover's music. I heard the Redbone song like once and I thought it was okay. But another thing I went on like a multi-year gap from his music. So I don't even know what's going on. He may be good. He may be good. He may be terrible. I wouldn't know. I would be okay if kids were forced to write papers about how they are privileged as Americans. Now, that would be interesting because I do believe we are very, very, very privileged in this country relative to the rest of the world, even though that is shifting with all this communism that's looking like it's going to destroy the framework of this country and won't be as privileged anymore because that'll be the equity. When we're equal to when everybody's poor, that'll be the equity and equality that they're looking for. I always thought Dr. Seuss taught kids not to look at race and as everyone's equals. What your heart, nothing. I didn't think Dr. Seuss taught you. I just thought Dr. Seuss was a bunch of gibberish to taught you how to read. It's fun. But I honestly just think I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but we read the gay BCs. They're trying to take away Dr. Seuss and make sure your kids get the gay BCs. These are not direct stories. I don't want anyone to go, it's a right-wing conspiracy channel, vigilante. So you got to. This is just me observing what the case is. And has anyone seen the Tribes of Europa on Netflix? I have not. I think I'm starting to catch up. Still here fighting the stupid PayPal. Apparently, there's a way if I pay, they'll let you use your credit card. And maybe, you know what? If you guys are that interested, maybe I should just bite the bullet and pay. If you guys are that interested in supporting, yeah, I'll pay and let you guys use your credit card. I really didn't think. Ogre Squasher has been very supportive. Eric K gave me my first super chat. A bunch of other people have been more supportive than I could ever imagine. If you guys want to support, maybe I will just pay a little bit of money to allow people to use your credit card so you won't have to fight PayPal. Thank you guys, Gomer Kyle and TM Martin, who expressed interest in donating. I appreciate it. If you do and if you don't, it's also appreciated as well. I love doing this. And yeah, X is for woman means trans. So the X woman thing is a trans woman. Okay. Because you have to take men out of words. Man, Bill Hicks is right. I want my rib back. No disrespect, TM Martin. But I'm starting to think Bill Hicks was right. I'm starting to want my rib back. Okay, a story, the Sneeches comes to mind. I'll get my D Live. Well, no, my D Live. I don't know I don't know how D Live works, man. So if there's a way to donate during D Live on D Live, I couldn't tell you how. Because I'm using this. I don't have any monetized tools, and it's the same thing. I believe Gary and Ripper use this Streamlabs, but I think they're allowed. They're a little higher up on the totem pole, and they pay. I gotta see how much it is per month. Because if you guys really want to donate, I'll just pay, so you don't have to fight PayPal. That you guys can use your credit debit card, and I won't see it. It'll go, Streamlabs or whatever will be payment processing. Oh, you don't have to be active. You can lurk and work. Jaffo, who got beaten up by Toxic Man Flu. Damn it, Toxic Man Flu. Leave Jaffo alone. He's working. He has a second job he's working at. Leave him alone. But thank you for being here, Jaffo. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Spence went woke. I ran the hell out of there. Okay. That's why I keep hearing. Yeah. Talking about lurking, Toxic Man Flu. We are all Eric K. He's universal. Jewish sci-fi from Germany, dystopian. It's dud. I really enjoy it. Okay. Something, what was it called? Tribes of Europa. Interesting. We are, yeah. TMR, you had me at sci-fi. So you think Tom Cruise is spreading those rumors about Nicole Kidman? So here's the thing. I heard this rumor like a decade ago from somebody who would have known, who could have known, who had a potential to have known. And I don't want to say anything more because they actually know my secret identity and I don't know if they know I'm doing this because I told them about it years ago. I'm like, yeah, I may do this thing. And now I'm actually doing it. So if they ever just say, I wonder if this motherfucker ever did it, they could search me and find me. So I don't want to talk shit because they gave me this rumor and actually told me not to tell anybody. So I don't know how true it is. I don't know if she has a PP. I don't know. It was support. I don't know. Apparently, according to the rumor, she does not. But she was born one and was taken off immediately. That was what the rumor said. So you think you heard it as well? Okay. And apparently, it may be also true about Jamie Lee Curtis. It may be. Yeah. Martin is filled. I'm from Detroit, TM Martin. I'm not currently there. I'm in the South. Yeah, I'm from Detroit, from the west side of Detroit. I mentioned the Southfield earlier because I went to public schools in Detroit up until middle school, and then in middle school, my mom struggled and we moved. This is in the 90s. We moved to Southfield, was literally right across the street, 8 Mile, but I'm not, it was on the west side or whatever. So I could go to like Southfield Elementary School. And then even when we had to move back, I used like a relative's address to go to Southfield schools because my mom didn't want me to go to Detroit public schools, and I cannot fucking blame her. Hell, Chad, hell, that 70s rock fan. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Fathead Druid. I could not agree more. To kind of go off of that story. Privilege is related to class, not race. Like I said, I lived in Southfield. Now, it's not quite the place it was in the 90s. That's putting it lightly. But back then, it was thought of this like kind of prestigious suburb. And I can't say, like I said, I've been out of Detroit for about 5 years. But way back then, it was thought of as a prestigious suburb. And there were a lot of people, there were a lot of black people who had a lot of money. And I was not one of them. We struggled. Not a lot, because there was people in my situation as well who were trying to just struggle through, but there was quite a few of well-to-do black kids and black families. And so when I was about 16, we moved to a rural part of Michigan where there was about a bunch of poor white families. And I saw some of the craziest situations in that area. And I'm not going to say it because I don't want to dox myself. But yeah, it became apparent to me that there's a lot more to do with class and income and the living situation that you're surrounded in, than race. But that's not what they can't keep us divided if they let people know that. Hell yeah. Glad you guys saying hi to each other. I think I may catch up. I got a chance to catch up. Tom Cruise did divorce her out of the blue and they had no biological kids together. Yeah. I'm wired and milk, and the government still treats me like crap. The government hates everybody. The government hates everybody. Too bad we can't cash app you. Listen, I thought about setting up a cash app just for Vigilante Williamson, but I didn't think there would be that much demand. I didn't think there would be that much demand. So, yeah, I'll set it up. If you guys, I didn't know you guys were willing to. I see other streamers doing the Cash App and the PayPal me and the donate and the super chats from YouTube and this. But I'm like, man, I don't know. But hey, if you guys are that willing to give to me, if you want me to set up a Cash App, I'll do it. I'll figure it out, man. Because I appreciate it. I appreciate being appreciated. I appreciate just entertaining you people. I will cover the last story. I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I can make it if I try. Want to see the guy Zillionaire team up with Toxic Man Flu to beat up Fat Steven. Finally, we'll get our revenge at the Vigilante Williamson show. Let's jump Fat Steven. Travis Roper was so good. You need to check it out. Okay. Recommendations for some sci-fi that is German, but hey, Travis Europa. So it comes recommended by T.M. Martin. Did you ask Doomcock about the Europa show? Because I love Jupiter and his moons. Your Kidman has an androgynous quality about it. I used to have a little bit of a crush about her. I don't know if that makes me intersectional or not. So I remember the name. Only one color cover has universal privilege all around, including USA, and I'm guessing it's green color money, which now is like blue and all this other shit. They made it all sorts of different colors. Yeah. So I'm a Detroiter, grew up in the Boston Edison area, went to a private school, but I opted to go to Cass Tech when it was still good. So you got you're telling your age a little bit. We're a little bit older for Cass Tech when it was still good. That's maybe my age or a little bit, maybe a little older. I don't want, especially since you may be my lawyer in case I get in some trouble out there. I don't want to piss you off. I would be a monthly supporter. I feel honored, man. You know what? I do have a subscribe. Well, I started a subscribe star, but they told me, at least at the time, that I wasn't big enough. I wonder if I'm big enough now to use it. Man, I feel honored that any of you guys feel that way, man. Tries Europa's now on my watch list. Haven't been on DC in a while. And Cash App is easy. Just give us your cash sign when you get it, please. Yeah, you know what? I'll start a Cash App. I mean, I have the regular one, but I don't want to give you my regular name. So yeah. Grew up as a poor white kid, grew up in a trailer, and I feel it made me a better person. Had to work hard. You're growing up poor makes you have to work hard. I grew up poor, and I grew up around a bunch of poor people of all race. I grew up in poor situations. I was the poor, I was sometimes the poorest person in a wealthy suburb, and then went to just an average person in the poor area, and just I've been all over, as a kid and even as an adult. So you get to see the world a different place. And I think a lot of reason we have a lot of what we have is a lot of echo chambering. And that really started before social media, to be 1,000% fair. But social media has exacerbated the echo chambering, and that leads to people with who don't realize how other people who are in a different situation live and have no clue, and they either deify or vilify people just because they don't know, or a combination of both. If you've been following what they've been doing with the establishment, I don't know if you want to call them the wokies, the scrubs, or SJWs. I am seasoned, Gen X with a side part in my hair. Alrighty, little seasoned. I never heard anyone. Good man. I will watch it. Where can I bounce channel names with you? Bounce channel names. I'm a boomer, so you're gonna explain what a bouncing a channel name means. If it's bouncing channel ideas, you can always do that. Let's check, make sure anyone. Okay. Yeah, I may set up this Cash App since the kids are all into it. I would appreciate, any support. This could be a side. If this YouTube thing can turn into a side hustle, it would be huge for me, man. Because I'm not, Gen X and proud. Got to see the 80s and 90s. I'm technically a millennial. I was born in 87. Bouncers and Brainstorm. So you like, you talking about for your own channel? Okay, man. I don't know. Have you enjoyed Tribes of Europa? Hope you enjoy Tribes of Europa and give us your review. Yeah, everybody here should start a channel. It's very fun. And I started a channel for fun. I'm definitely gonna do the music and everything along with this gimmick, and I consider Vigilante Williamson to be sort of a gimmick, even though it's basically just me in a mask. Right now, I don't have a damn mask on, but I want to do all the fun stuff with it. But I'm not going into it looking for money. I'm trying to figure other ways to make money outside of this so it can still be a fun thing. But I'm not stupid enough to not take money. And I definitely would appreciate the support. You know what I mean? I definitely appreciate the support. But I want to keep this. More important than making money is making sure you guys are entertained, or if this is a cool vibe to be in one of these chats. You guys mentioned Doomcock earlier, and I'll never forget as long as I live. It may have been my most entertaining moment of last year, if it wasn't actually going on Doomcock's channel late, like 7 months after this point. But this is before I started streaming. This is before I told you I had the Vigilante Williamson idea a while ago, but I didn't think to necessarily make it a channel. And it was an Inquisition episode. And I seen a few Inquisition episodes. Doomcock was my introduction to the Fandom Menace. But whatever reason, I hadn't seen like a Doomcock by itself stream, and Gary left after 3 or 4 hours, whatever it was, and Doomcock had to go another 3 or 4 hours after Gary left, and that was my first time seeing him doing the singing and the joking, and somebody, I think it was Zelina SW, if I remember correctly, something was happening with her daughter. She thought she may have had some diabetic complications. I think it was gastrointestinal, if I remember correctly. And it just the whole night progressing as she giving us updates on the daughter. Doomcock is talking about that. The chat is commenting on that. And I'm interacting with people that talk just like how you guys are talking about Tribes of Europa. They're talking about different sci-fi stuff and different stuff I hadn't heard of. And so it was just like an experience I had never got of any entertainment from being in Doomcock's chat. And if I can provide just a sliver of that just whole vibe, and it came from Doomcock himself, the people in the chat, the camaraderie, the community, everybody really cared about. And I still hope her daughter is doing okay. But it was a real experience. If I could provide just a quarter of that, man, that would be worth its weight in gold to me. So yeah, Robert, I couldn't. If we got time, man, gotta think of the best way. Hit me up on Minds, the little Minds thing that may come across. I'm trying to build that platform. I'm not on Instascam, and that's for 2 reasons. One, because it fucked Facebook, and there are their subsidiaries. And 2, if we want alt tech to thrive, we have to kind of force you. I got to force people on it. So the best way to contact me is on Minds. The little bot with Minds should pop up in due time if it hasn't, and that's probably the best way to contact me. You guys talking about Tribes of Europa. Too busy reaching for crime. Hey, just another red shirt. I don't want you to feel too busy to wrench. You should because just another red shirt is great. If you ever caught a stream he's been on, whether it's me, Jake D, or Fireball, whoever stream he's on, when he's on, he is really good, and I want him to have a channel and grow. So yeah, I feel bad anybody wrenches for me, man, because it's like I don't want I've been a wrench. It's really hard. It is really hard. I was a wrench for Sweetcast. Technically, I still am, but I've been so busy with this channel, I haven't been over there in forever. But you have an old soul, like a lot of folks I knew, including me. Yeah. So the thing about the generation thing is, like, I don't consider myself a millennial because I graduated high school without social media being relevant. To me, that was the clear indicator of the millennial, was the connection with social media. And I've always had a disconnected relationship with social media since its inception. And so that to me makes me non-millennial. I feel like there's this generation of kids who are born in the mid to late 80s that are considered millennials, but they're really not. But now I guess that generation now is coming along. It's now the Zoomers. So I don't know. I don't know about these generational cutoffs, and I don't care. because they're stupid. The whole point of the millennial generation, and they succeeded. That's why we have these woke idiots. They wanted to create a generation, meaning they wanted to be able, and they did in the 60s, because a lot of, if you know how a lot of these artists were, hey, a lot of these musical artists were actually built Tavistock Institute. You know that a lot of the music from the 60s was kind of coordinated as well. But what I mean is, down to the actions, they created this generation, down to the way we would behave, the stuff that we would like, the way our relationships would work. They molded this generation by an idea of what it means to be a millennial, and they brainwashed it us when we were young up until this age to make the millennial a thing. So it's been a very artificially created generation, and the Zoomer stands to be even more artificial than this one. So yeah, I really am not a fan of the whole generational gap thing and the way the generations are delineated by some stranger who knows comes up with all this shit. And yeah, the oldest millennial now is 39, almost 40. I guess, who knows? Again, it's really a scam. When is millennial being classified as a slur? I classify as a slur now. All you bigots. I literally have no idea what this wrench does. Oh man, guys, is taking shots. It already is. Millennials catch hell with stereotype, but as millennials should be stereotyped. They fucked up everything. Oh, I'm a wrench. Oh, Gomer Kyle's a wrench on black and white sports and black and white entertainment, I guess. Yeah, they are great, and I can imagine election night being insane on that channel. So yeah, you're doing the Lord's work, Gomer Kyle. 79 now. Hell, Parrot Head. Proud of being a Gen X though. Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of brilliant people came out of Gen X. Yeah, hell. Round the money on the millennial issue. Yeah, and they're doing that with all generations. Again, it started with the boomers. In the 60s, that's when they had, I kind of joked, CIA Tavistock Institute. Look up Tavistock Institute and the Beatles. Look up how they really shaped, look up Laurel Canyon and a lot of the acts that came out of that group. They really were trying to shape the culture of that generation. And ever since that generation, they've gotten better. Then they came up with Gen X, then they came up with millennials. Millennials, because technology gave them a greater control to really, really shape this generation down to the molecule. Yeah, I turned 42 last Sunday, and I hate being called a boomer. Listen, to me, boomer doesn't even mean baby boomer anymore. It's an adjective that just means aged at this point. I never understood the offense with the okay boomer thing. Who cares? Who cares what some dweeby thought thinks about any goddamn thing? Gen X is the last lucky generation. We got to experience real enlightenment. I think that like I said, my mid generation, the pre-millennials that got to see some of the good Gen X stuff. We remember beepers. We remember VHSs. We remember arcades. We remember early internet. We remember a lot of 80s and 70s stuff playing as reruns everywhere. So we got to see it as kids. Just, it was new to us. So we kind of grew up with it as well. So I think, my generation caught a little tail end of some of the cool stuff. Marketers define the generations, names, and categorization. Absolutely, T.M. Martin. And marketers rule the world, man. And T.M. Martin, as a lawyer, I'm sure she's probably been in a room with some of these demons. And as a lawyer, I'm sure she's been in a room with plenty of demons. Marketers are very evil, manipulative people. I remember trying to get a tech job, which I did not succeed at. Fuck all those woke tech companies. But I did the little hobnobbing thing, go to all these stupid little meetups, go to all these stupid little groups. And sometimes you be in a group with marketers and internet marketers, and some of the shit they would say about peer pressure and manipulation and all the little cute ways they got for actually what this marketers, believe it or not, even the base level marketers had their hand in social engineering, believe it or not. It is very sick. So the youngest baby boomer is 56 this year. So yeah, the whole generation thing is a scam. 42, no way you're a boomer, 56 and up. But again, I mean, I boomer things when I screw things up. So I understand that that's almost like a verb outside of the actual generation itself. I don't mind boomer. I like Gen X. I just think it's funny. Well, yeah, because Gen X is kind of a stupid name too. X. It was all that 90s. Generation X, man. 90s. Don't you shit, man. It's the 90s now, man. It's Generation X. Got Nirvana. Things are different now. I'm a boomer and don't give a shit what anyone thinks of that. Yeah, the whole generation thing is bullshit. And psychology, we call marketing the dark side. Yeah, it's complete evil. Complete evil. Yeah. Wow. I constantly deal with human demons. Are you a lawyer in Detroit? In Detroit proper or just in Michigan? Because if you're a lawyer in Detroit, oh my God, I can't imagine. Speaking of demons, let's talk about this because apparently there may be a demon on this show, or maybe not. Maybe the devil's in the details. I got to cover the last story. I love you guys' comments, and we will get back to you guys' comments after I cover the stories. I like talking to you guys. And we'll go as long as you guys let me. That's what she said. WandaVision director warns fans about possible disappointment. Explains what series is really about. So spoilers for WandaVision. I stopped watching after Pietro was recast because that's when they fired Gina. From what I've heard about WandaVision, I do not think I missed much. So yeah. But let's see. WandaVision director Matt Shackman recently discussed the show, providing a warning to fans about the season finale, as well as explaining what he believes the show is really about. Shackman spoke with Fandom, which I've never heard of, where he talked about what he believes the show is really about. And Wanda does look hot in her original costume or Scarlet Witch costume. He explained it's great to be able to talk after this is distracting. It's great to be able to talk to you after episode 8 because I feel like it really pulls back the curtain on what the show's really been about from the beginning. It's about grief, loss, and how we can come back from losing the people we love. It's also about love, the deep love she has for her family, the love that she has for Vision. He stated, look cool in their original costumes. God, the costume stuff looks cool. The director elaborate. I think that's crystallized at the Avengers HQ scene where in the compound, sitting on the bed, talking. We understand the powerful bond that's being formed there. We understand everything we've seen before. Shackman went on to state, I hope folks go back and look at the older episodes or the other episodes to see those sitcom worlds and a different vantage point. It's the world that Wanda has wanted to create to take solace in. This is what I pretty much expected from the beginning. Later in the interview, Shackman reiterated that the show's about love and loss and said, the spine of the show has been this idea of love and loss since the beginning. Okay. Probably in the comments, I love you guys, but come on. He gives us a lot of rambling. Let's get to the goods. Happy to appeal by the current earlier words. Reiterate show about ground lost. Yeah. Okay. Finally, towards the end of the interview, Shackman warned fans that some of them may be disappointed. He stated, I love seeing memes and TikTok videos and theories. They're so creative and wonderful. Of course, some people will be disappointed that certain theories don't end up coming true or true in the course of WandaVision. So that means whatever story they're already planning that's already been dragged out in this long series, this 9-episode series that could have been an hour and a half movie, they're going to drag it out even more, potentially. But we pass them around. Please know the cast and crew. We love sharing them. It's nice that your work is being received like that. He concluded. WandaVision's first season. I heard it's going to be the only season, but maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe they will make a new season of this. The first season comes to an end on Friday, March 5th on Disney+. What do you think of Shakeman's comments? What kind of disappointment do you think fans are in store for when it comes to the finale? So this is really the relevant point. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on the whole WandaVision thing. It was a good series when I was watching. I don't want to be totally negative of it. I was really happy about fifth episode. I was more emotional. I mentioned the fifth episode of WandaVision, and I'll go back up when this is not what he looked like, but when Pietro showed up, because it gave new life to the X-Men for that moment. I thought maybe the X-Men will help. To give no life to the MCU with the X-Men and whatever else. So maybe they will help things, and the MCU will have promise. But when they fired Gina, that to me that was not only apparently the episodes get worse genuinely and more intersectional and more about Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, but it let me know this company is gonna go into the wokest division or wokest direction they possibly can. As a result, anything that's earned or that happens in WandaVision will ultimately lead to some woke garbage I don't want to see. Because if you're willing to fire Gina Carano for what they fired her for, how can I believe you're going to put in the time it takes to make good content? How am I even going to believe that you care about making good content or good content? Because it seems like virtue signaling is more important than good media, which is what you should be worried about because you're a media company. Everything was about this Agnes Agatha Harkness thing. Now she has a little. I guess is this part of the show where she had the Agatha show? She's the director. I guess I don't know. I haven't watched the show for the past few episodes, and it looks like they were a lot of hype of this Luke Skywalker moment. It's not gonna happen. And maybe that's because the Luke Skywalker moment was just Magneto, and they realized Magneto was not Luke Skywalker, and they realized they blew a little bit of their load with Pietro. I don't know, but apparently it's not going to happen. So yeah. So yep, Tia Martin constantly deals with human demons, and that's when I asked her about where she studied or where she practices law. And unspecified virus is called boomer remover. That's not good. It is not good. Can't remove her boomers. Did social engineering for a living, neurolinguistic programming for social media engagement. I see. Did I write algorithms? No, it was just front end, back end stuff. But I was able to make a game, which had nothing to do with front end and back end. I was focused on Vue.js, and then back end stuff. It was a few different things. I wasn't as good with the back end. I started off learning Ruby on Rails, and I actually learned Elixir as well. I was learning a few things, but Vue.js what I ended up focused on, and then I learned Elixir, but nobody else used Elixir, so that really wasn't beneficial as far as getting a job. And I wasn't able to get one. I'm stuck in the same industry I've been in for a while. So, practice law and politics across Michigan and DC. Uh-oh. Good luck. But it's like political law? Only thing we missed was the common costumes of Halloween. Yeah, that seems to be the only thing you missed. And again, you can see the picture. It's pretty cute. She looks pretty cute. Elizabeth Olsen. Tia Martin. Oh, yeah, God bless you to deal with all that. I like Paul Bettany, but not enough to watch WandaVision on D+. Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen really make the show. They really do make the show. That and the nostalgia. The borrowed nostalgia. Could be worse, could be Illinois and DC. I don't know. Michigan is really, really corrupt. So Olsen lied about big moment for fuck's sake. Like I said, I don't know if Olsen. I think they thought I think it's gonna be Magneto, and they thought Magneto, and it's not knowing what's gonna happen, not knowing how it's led up to anything. So I could be wrong. Magneto could already be disproven by what happened in the series. I haven't watched, but I think there will be a surprise. But it's just not gonna be that big. It's gonna be Magneto, or it's gonna be Xavier, and it's gonna be simple. And they wanted that hype for a big reveal, but once everyone kind of guessed Magneto or whatever it's going to be, they're like, this is going to be underwhelming, so here comes the spin. So I don't know if she outright lied. My guess is there is a moment and they realize it's not going to be that big, but I could be wrong. She could have just been a lying bitch. Who knows? She works for Hollywood. Did code algorithms for AI honeypotting when I worked politics, but mostly conversion architecture for promotional websites to make you buy what we wanted. Yeah, oh man, pretty wicked stuff. In JavaScript, huge apology. I knew, like I said, I knew Vue JavaScript. I knew a little bit of JavaScript. FYI, Eric K sent the super chat. Thank you for letting me know, and I thank you for the super chat. Let's see what you said. It's not showing me your super chat, man. It is not showing me your super chat. So Streamlabs ate it. That's awesome. But I appreciate it, man. I'm not sure what happened. It's not showing me your super chat. And Streamlabs, and maybe it'll show me tomorrow. Thank you, though, man. I appreciate it. You sent the first super chat, and apparently you sent the last one, and it disappeared. Watching old episodes of Stargate SV1. Cool. Nope. Unity, the game engine. You can use JavaScript for crazy stuff, but I use Objective-C and Java. I didn't know you could use Unity for a lot of ad stuff. I made a game in Godot because I wanted it to be different, and plus I didn't want to deal with publishing. I think Unity takes a bit of your At least at the time, took a bit of your game. Nice went through that and started watching Atlantis for the first time. See, that's another thing. We can go back and watch stuff we've never seen. We don't have to watch this new stuff. SG1 was good. Just watched Superman and Lois. So far, it's pretty awesome. I'm going to wait till the season's done. I'm not going to take the risk, man. I'll wait till the season's done. These shows, they all have to prove shit to me. You're lucky JavaScript makes you crazy. That it does. Why the frameworks was a little bit easier for me. I could do a little bit, but it's been a while. You know what? I started my new job a year and a half ago now, and it's been such a fucking demanding job. It's taking a lot out of me. It's a miracle that I've been able to do this channel. Hard pressed for new science fiction. I don't have the camera on. I haven't really cracked into Kai's book, but everyone get a copy of Kai's book. Oh, T.M. Martin. I don't know if I feel for you or should yell at you. I don't know. But you do election law. What did you? I don't want to get you in any trouble in case you were involved with anything. But the shit that happened in Michigan, to me, the most interesting thing was the lady on the in Grosse Pointe I think it was the school board where she got threatened, and they overturned. Remember when they rescinded their certification? Whatever happened with that, and did you have any involvement with any of that certification nonsense that happened in the great state of Michigan? And great, I don't know what, still the greatest city on earth to me, the great city of Detroit, despite all the craziness downtown. But Paul Bettany was so great in Master and Command. They're the Far Side of the World with Russell Crowe. I don't think I ever saw that. Paul Bettany was in that. I think I gotta watch it again. Yeah. Red shirt it outdoes jQuery, but helps. Raw Java's a damn mess. If CS3 was not making animations now, I will not make another web page in my life. Yes, CS3. Yeah, CSS. I think the past 3. I've been out of really the tech world for like a year and a half. When I started my new, I really have to dig back in because I want to do my own site. I could always do a little, WordPress or Wix or something, but I want to do my own site to kind of dust back up a tech. If I fuck it up, I'll just do a WordPress or something. Not gonna lie, like Legends of Tomorrow's a bunch of D-list heroes, doesn't take yourself serious, and mock yourself. I never really got into Legends because when that started getting up, that's when the CW verse went to hell. Hate mobile keyboards. Is it difficult to make a nice physical keyboard or mobile keyboards? Miss Blackberry. Shout out to the Blackberries. Wife found The Sopranos and has binged it since I saw it when it was originally aired. Still lots of undiscovered content. We can go all day with undiscovered content. JavaScript, just another red shirt. Comics Division is starting. Catch you later, VW. I already know he was starting. I should probably I should probably start to go home and maybe sneak in on there. So I appreciate you being here. And if anybody else is left for Comics Division, I know there's a few people left. Understand. Let me check this super chat thing. This pisses me off. Oh, now I see it, Eric K. Now it shows up 3 minutes ago. So it says, send Vigilante some love for the super chat here. Yeah, send me some love. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate the super chats and donations. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All you guys talking tech. I grow a plant and lay a foundation. Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works. Whatever works. Take care, pair hair. Yeah, I appreciate you. And I may sneak on the Comics Division stream when I'm getting tired. Yes, Michigan was a mess. I worked behind the scenes. Not sure what happened with the count, but the demic had a major adverse impact. That's why many do not recognize Biden as 46. Listen, he's the actually the international bankers are the president of the United States. And to be fair, they've been the president for a long time. Maybe the orange man was a thumb in the side. Maybe he was controlled ops. Who knows? I know I'm on my own with the controlled ops theory. I get it. But it was a mess. He said that Comics Division didn't start till 12 midnight. That's what he announced. I'll be honest. You guys may know about more than I do because I check my Twitter, but only like sparingly. Let's see what it is. I do want to still finish. I don't really have much to say more about the WandaVision crap. I mean, it looks like either an outright lie or some bad marketing. Either way, do I even have a link? I don't think I have a link. So I don't think I will be on the show. Maybe I've missed too many shows, or maybe he just is late on sending me a link. Who knows? But I do not have a link. So if he's about to start now, I will not be on the show. Which again, I'm pretty tired. But I do want to. I don't want to get totally kicked out of the show. I got some stuff that I need to work on as in my real life. So I've been trying to. I told everybody I won't be able to make as many of the regular shows at the same time I started the show with Matt. But that was already in the works beforehand, so I want to keep that going. But it's something for work that hopefully better in my career that I'm working on, and I wanted to make sure I have time to do that as well. But hopefully in later on this year, like May, I should be back with doing Comics Division every week and West every week and everything like that. I don't know about West because it's a little hard for the schedule, but at least more often. So I don't know when he starts. I'm not sure when he's going to start. Wait until 2024. We have to stop worrying about federal elections. We have to be more locally oriented, man, because our local government is doing a lot of damage, and worshiping the federal government when the Fed especially in the Fed is causing so much damage. Yeah. Hell, Clobbering Times. I appreciate you being here, man. Sub to Clobbering Times if you haven't already. Clobby is a great channel, man. Should do a raid on comics. Yeah. So Gomacau gets the controlled ops thing. If you look at how society's shaped up, man, are we more or less if you were in 2015 before he went down the escalator, and you go to now, are we more or less prime for socialism? Are we more or less prime for cancer? Are we more or less prime for what is it called? Balkanization than we were then? Just ask yourself. Not saying nothing good happened, but yeah, I mean, you just gotta ask yourself. So comics is live. Didn't get a link either. Alexa tonight. 2022, yeah, it'll be something else. The midterms, definitely. Also, I actually saw you were streaming on my YouTube Roku at 3 hours before. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably when I put up the link. But I don't know. He didn't. When I say link, there's a the StreamYards link. I'm sure if I asked, he would send it. But if he's already going, like if I asked or if I hopped in the chat or something and say, hey, I want to be on, I'm sure he would. But after a full day of work, running a few errands, and then he's aping my damn story. Hey, I want to be on. I'm sure he would. But after a full day of work, and damn it. And hopefully you didn't get double because I actually accidentally did a thing. But he has green eggs and ham. I have cat in the hat. What the hell, Comics Division? Totally joking. Yeah, Thursday night throwdown. So now I'm looking. You know what? I want to see. Yeah, Clobbering. What the hell? Oh, no, that's Clobbering time. That's mine. I see Toxic Man Flu in there. And I see Robert. Turncoat Robert. Rob Altis. Darius Moonchild. Go ahead. Watch Comics Division. See if I care. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I could probably, like I said, I could bully my way onto the show. I'm very tired though. I'm very tired. Even though I don't mind going with you guys a little longer, I'm gonna get into some good news. Got to end on some positive news. We talked about a lot of craziness, a lot of depressing stuff. So we always want to end with some good news. I'm not sure if I should bully on. You guys let me know if I should bully. It's up to you guys. If you guys want me to bully my way to Comics Division's channel, like actually be on, I will try to bully my way on. If not, I'm gonna probably finish the stream, maybe go a little longer. But if everyone want to watch Comics Division, I'll just do the good news and go home. If you guys want me on, I'll bully my way on. But again, let's talk about some positive news. Hey, I was negative to a single mother earlier. Let's talk about some positive stuff that happened to a single mother. The show, Vigilante Care if don't nobody else care. Good Samaritan saves struggling single mother's home with life-changing repairs. Good Samaritans have stepped up, save a struggling single mother and her desperate need of home repairs. Jane Cunningham and her 3 children live in Sudbury, Massachusetts, but her home was in rough shape. Oof, Jesus. Entire roof was shot. There was mold everywhere, and it's a big problem for the family room. Wow. Basically had to board that off and couldn't use it because a piece of the ceiling had fallen down. That came with giant squirrels, nuts, and all, she told WBZ TV. Jane knew she and her children weren't safe in the house, but she couldn't afford to fix it. She thought she was out of options until her friends started GoFundMe. Friends have asked, how can we help a single mother of three? Longtime Sudbury resident. I'm not going to ask how she got three children. Where's the dad? That's neither here nor there. But longtime Sudbury resident who's in desperate need of a new roof and repair of extension wood, because something could have happened to him. It doesn't have to be something nefarious. But extension of wood rotting resulting of water damage. She's been struggling with ongoing health issues. That's not good. In the family, and would really take some of the stress away for all of them. Not only have they been dealing with water in the house, but critters in the house too, as mentioned with the nest. Fundraiser caught the attention of Sudbury resident Dave Fitton, who also happens to be the COO of Sulfet Construction Boston. Just kind of moved me, so I dug a little more and figured that we should be helping, he told WBZ. Using business contracts and trade partners, he found roofers, but that's not all. I knew there was more to do, so I reached out to some other folks and some interior people and some demolition folks that we work with to get inside, took care of the mold issue, took care of the drywall, a little bit of electrical work, and got the place secured up for wintertime, Fenton said. All of the work was donated and they're not done yet. Fenton said they plan to return in spring and fix the landscape and paint the exterior. I'm just blown away by the kindness. It really just changes our whole outlook on life and changes the trajectory of our life as well. So yeah, that house was in a pretty bad place. Again, you can ask the question, how the hell did you end up with three kids in a damn trap house? But thanks to the good of the community, it's in a better state, and that's good to see. It's good to see. So it's okay. So yeah, go over there at midnight. Yeah, I'll try to sneak in. Let me I'm just gonna go in his chat, and I won't be able to hear him. And I'm just gonna ask, can a brother get a link? See what he says. What the hell is he watching? I just saw him with some girl and a dog, but I can't hear because I don't want the sound to double back. I just asked him for a link. I don't know if he'll send it because I can't hear him because I don't want to screw up this stream, and I can only do two things at once. Toxic here's a flu. It's not his new name. I'm sorry, I got a streaming and lurking. So yeah, there are people reacting to me in the chat. So yeah, I'm streaming live.
Oh God. Yelling at parked cars, like I'm brain dead, folks. I really am. So you should be able to jump in if you want.
Okay, so apparently I can't jump in.
If not, just let me know and I'll send to you directly.
Okay, she says she'll be able to jump in.
But yeah, dude, my dogs are terrible. You cannot trim their freaking nails. And yeah, they get kind of bitey.
I don't see a link.
Yeah, you're
sorry
not, you're not yelling.
Sorry if all right, okay. I'm setting up. That's what happens when you multitask. I'm setting up a bombing comics division stream while doing my own stream, which probably isn't smart. So let's finish up this stream and then I'll set up the stream. So yeah, if you guys willing to stay a good 10 or 15 minutes, maybe not even that, but I do want to sit with you guys after talk about the next story. So Ogre Squasher staying. Logo still fire. Shout out to Mando Merc. Going to bed after he sent off. I watched the replay later. Appreciate it. Good people are everywhere. Life is not Twitter. Yet Twitter is representative of a very, very, very small percent of the population. It's one of the least representative social medias. It's only used as a means for the media to use it as propaganda. They can create a story. They can have two people go on Twitter, make it a story, and then their friend writes about it, or they write about it. A lot of times they just burn or account their way to a story. Yes, 11 people viewing. Hit the like, everybody. If you haven't, TM Martin has already hit the like. Cool. 3% is 3% of humans on Earth make up Twitter. They have lots of people who've never kept the app more than a month last year. And not only that, of the people who are active users, it's not of the whole user base. I think only 10% of the active users make up 90% or 80% of the content on Twitter. So it's a blower upper. Yeah. I just can't lurk. No problem. No shit comics. Let's raid comics division. So comics, yeah, he started earlier. Okay. My loyalty lies with you. I found you on his channel. Yeah, no, everybody here, including TMR, everybody here has either found me on his channel or Wes's or Fireballs. So I appreciate it. I appreciate Comics Division. He said I can jump in. I don't see the link. I may have to ask him again. So let's finish up with a positive story. I'll chill with you guys for a little bit because that story was cool. Again, don't want to ask how the single mother ended up with 3 kids, no father, in a torn up house. That's her struggle, but people were able to help her out, and that's a cool thing. And that's always a cool thing. And then, I talked about this all last week. There were so many positive stories. All the negativity and all the craziness that happened with Texas being cold. This is a little bit of an older story from last week, but it's still something that happened. This Texas plumber was helping people in need, and he probably still is, I'm sure, for free. As of last week, a plumber in San Antonio is helping homeowners with water issues, and he's not charging them a dime. We talked about how tradesmen make a lot of money, so maybe he can afford to, but that's neither here nor there. It's still a beautiful and positive story. The winter storm in Texas has caused a lot of water problems. One man is going above and beyond to help his fellow Texans. I refer to him as a saint, a hero, an angel, says Brian Bowles, journalist for Spectrum News. That's because Benny Rodriguez is fixing burst pipes, water heater, and leaks free of charge. And there's a video about it. I don't really yeah, let's watch the video. Let's see what they say.
Benny.
Oh, geez, I guess we're not watching the video. Fuck you too. I just heard Benny and it just went off. That sucks. It's a cool story. That's a cool story. Okay, so Ogre Squasher staying till I bail. Fathead Drew is gay for the midnight raid. Stream Element still shilling shit. Never post on Twitter, just read. I can't even do that. Twitter is too demonic for me, man. Speaking of Twitter, I got my link. So we can raid whenever you like. We can raid whenever you want. Remember that shit from T.I., who's apparently raiding girls, him and his wife. So that's really it for this show. Just kind of reading, I like streaming solo as much as I love streaming with people. It's a different experience where it's just you in the chat, and you guys are just so awesome. So I definitely like streaming with just you guys. Stop the cam on this because I'm basically set up to just enter. I'm just gonna enter the studio right afterwards. So yeah. But yeah, I don't post on Twitter. Follow me on Minds. Did the Minds bot pop up? Where's the Minds bot? Damn it. Does the Mind bot work? Where the hell is Minds bot? Maybe I didn't have Minds bot set up properly. Maybe I didn't have mine. Let me just real quick toss the Minds in here so everybody can follow me on Minds, and then we're going to raid Comics Division stream and hop on there. I think he has time for Midnight's Edge. I believe it was Culture. Was it Culture and Wes? Yeah, just Time and Culture. I made Wes up in my head. I made him up. He's not there. I made him up. He's completely fictional. Okay, if you want to get in contact with me, follow me on Minds. That's the best way to contact me. And do social media at all with me. I'm on Twitter, but I don't really like Twitter. I really just use it to contact other content creators. So let's see. So okay. So follow me on Minds. Let's read your guys' comments to see something a little sad. But I will read your comments. Yep, a Good Samaritan plumber in a Lone Star State, definitely. R.I.P. John Candy died 27 years ago today, March 4th, 1994. And in 5 days, it will be Biggie Smalls' anniversary of his death, and it'll be 20 minus 3. So it'll be 24 because he died in 97, March 9th, 97. Good people. Yep. Oh, I love John Candy. He was really good. Oh man, Kurt died and Mom died October the same year. Sad. Sorry that you lost your mom. Go Macau. Candy was indeed legendary. R.I.P. John Kennedy. I can post that link. I think I already got to it, the Minds link. Ouch. Yeah, very sad. I'm sorry. Prayers for you and your family. Even if it was back then, still tough loss. Thank you for my childhood last year. He was definitely funny. Thanks for the stream tonight, VW. Don't forget to do the cash up. Yeah, I definitely will. Didn't think people would want it. Don't think people would want it. And yeah, he gets the I love the solo streaming. Like, yeah, I hear you, man. Then a lot of solo streaming on my 12 years of doing it. Yeah, you're an OG. How is it different in the YouTube era? Because I've tried podcasting like many times before, and it's so much different with the StreamYard and just the way of tech. It's a lot easier to just get going. Cheers, Fathead Druid. Cheers. Yeah, R.I.P. John Candy. Definitely a comedic genius. Yeah, and Yoda speak comedic genius was Candy. Yeah, he was. I think I have more likes. I think that it takes a while to reset. So yep, we're going to be rating. What is the like count for me? Let's see what it says. We're gonna be rating Comics Division. I appreciate everybody who's here. Let me actually toss what is the Comics Division's link. It shows me at 27 likes. So yeah, you guys have been pretty generous with the likes. So let's toss Comics Division's link over there. I'm gonna go to the Little Vigilantes room real quick. Oh, so you a Blog Talk Radio guy? Okay, I remember Blog Talk Radio. Are they still around? So we have, it's all 28 likes. Appreciate that. So I put Comics Division's channel and his video, his stream in the chat. Peace to you, Goma Kyle. Anyone who wants to join me, I'll be there in a few minutes. And if you want to bail out because it's late, I understand that. Have a blessed night. So whenever you think of the movie yourself, yeah, I love Cool Runnings, man. Green red shirt. Yeah, Cool Runnings is underrated. YouTube better than Blog Talk Radio. I can imagine. I think I may even try that. I tried back in the day when Blogger and Blogspot were a thing. I tried some RSS feed there, but that didn't really work. And then I tried. What the hell is the other thing? I tried a few different things, but I like the YouTube better. Airplane Trains, Auto Bill, and BTR is still there, I think. Okay. So if you want to join me on Comics Division stream, I put the link for Comics Division stream. I'll be there shortly. Like I said, go to the Vigilantes room and then go and let me play some music on it. I haven't played Dewey in a while, so I'm gonna play Dewey. I'm gonna get out of here. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share, subscribe, please do so. If you are I forgot my own thing. If you disagree, agree with something I said, please let me know in the comments below on the playback. And if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And let's raid Comics Division's stream. I'll play Dewey. I'll go to the Little Vigilantes room, and then I'll be on Comics Division streaming. So thank you. Peace. And listen to my music. Vigilante Williamson here. With Jay Marvelous on the track, man. You living up to your namesake. This beat is marvelous, man. Wowzers. Coming live from the apocalypse before the cataclysm, cycling through this bondage's coping mechanisms. In what way will I make myself sick today? Crippled from my way, but I'm still ordering Chick-fil-A, trying to read the scriptures more and not forget to pray. Don't take for granted the breath of life that you get today. Even if you suicidal as shit today, it's a way as I get lifted to sit in place. We all running a different race at a different pace. Never had success, but if I get a taste, I'ma just chill. That's being real. Make sure the fam never need for a meal on the straight and narrow for the green. Stephen Mill, nowhere want a meal, no need for a bill, but still, my people Leonardo Raphael, teenage mutant ninjas out here catching shells, splinter away from rats, lest ye catch a L. Super shred your head up, people diesel when they fed up, land of the Wolverines, Logans run away from hell. Sinister magicians got the world in the spell. The same demons who overprice entrails, lobster like escargot. It snails until there's intel for stem cells for incels, only fans who always boom incels. The line between love and hate is a thin veil. Tried to crack the code, but got off track with rails. Had the view for JavaScript, but not what it entails for more than Twitter pictures and event sales from the so-called woke. Why I'm still broke. Lives would be tragic if it wasn't such a joke. Only one a black man dead, gay and selling dope. I'm doing the latter with beats and rhymes. Who want smoke? Kicking the door, waving the Rick Mahorn on the system. Biggie Smalls, a bad boy, should be playing for the Pistons. Compare me to rappers, the saying that they spinning is like praying to Satan, the saying you a Christian. Are you kidding? My flow is like a saying I'm getting classic like Genesis. So say it's the beginning. I would keep going, but the beat off in 5, 3, 2.